Jerk! Let's go! Cam's a shit kicker, 2 bombs in the lead. Soul Dragon Cougar's no time for fatigue. And he's a shit talker, stirring up the show. Never played a shift, but he's ready to go.
The Cam and Strick Podcast is brought to you by Stifel, one of America's fastest growing wealth management and investment banking firms. Rooted in St. Louis, where success meets success. Welcome into the Cam and Strick Podcast, live from Edmonton, baby. Episode number
378. Yank, let's go. It's
presented by Stifel, baby.
I bet you it's just as cold here as it is in Edmonton. It's fucking freezing cold here. And you know what, Andy? I got to give you props. I got to give Andy props. He sounds pretty dang good. Now, does he look good? No. Does he look good? No. But does he sound good? Yes. You sound good. You don't have a lisp like you did last time, where everybody was chirping you for weeks. Because he's Andy Strickland last time. He's just like, the Blues are just like, they're just doing things and they're cross-eyed. No, not anymore. You're doing good, man. I appreciate you being on time for one and being ready like a professional.
You were late.
No, I wasn't.
I've been waiting for you.
I've been sitting in there waiting, doing my homework, Andy, because I know that you probably didn't. So I got things to talk about.
I've been very busy. I'm on a business trip right now. I am taking time out of my business trip to join this show and be with you today. So
Surprised you did.
Appreciate that.
I'm surprised you did. We're way down on the depth chart, eh, Maddie? Way down on the depth chart with the Cam and Strick Podcast. No, but
hey, I went for a walk though this morning. I had to get outside and take in everything here in beautiful Edmonton, and met some very nice people. Talked to a number of different people. The bartender is a fan of the podcast, as a matter of fact.
See, that's what's cool about being in Canada, right there.
I know.
You know, you'll get those fans of like, hey, I love the pod. Makes you feel good. It makes you feel good. Do you tell them we're third string?
What does that mean?
That means that your job comes first, then Ty's hockey. Maybe we're fifth string, then something else, sixth string, and then the podcast.
Chloe's soccer.
Chloe's soccer. Ivy doing her thing at the school.
Ivy's new phone. New phone.
That's right. So we're sixth.
Here's Ivy. Everywhere we're.
No, that's her daddy. It's her daddy.
She learned it from me.
Yeah, well, yeah. And you know what? I told you, I'm on my phone all the time too, man. I can't chirp. I just don't tweet a lot, and I don't do it when I'm driving. I don't do it when I'm driving. Number one thing, can't do it. We had
a couple things real quick because I want to explain my setup right now because I am.
You're in Edmonton.
Again, I'm in Edmonton.
Jesus Christ!
I'm headed to Winnipeg today. Anybody out there in Winnipeg, hit me up. I'm headed to Dallas. It's interesting. I used to know a bunch of people in Dallas. I don't know that many people there anymore, so I don't know what I'm going to do there for a couple days. Got a couple days to hang out, but I'll figure that out. I've got this headset going on with the built-in mic, so I look like I'm flying an airplane or something. But I am ready to go today. What do you have for me? Rapid fire. Let's go.
Well, I say off the bat, we need to talk about the big, unique news that I have. No one saw this goddamn thing coming today, and that's our boy Stevie Ott. Now he's going to be the head coach of the Springfield Thunderbirds. And I saw that today. I was on the radio. I'm like, what? So now he's going to go down and have the head coaching job. I guess Steve Colin-Wachuk got fired, and now Otter's going to go down there and be the head coach for the last 20 games in Springfield. Were you surprised about this move? Like, tell me what's going on. You're with the guys. Well, what's the deal?
Excuse me. I have a little bit of a chest cold right now. Yeah, I think everybody's surprised by it. I don't think anybody anticipated getting that news when you wake up today. But at the same time, it's very interesting because I was just talking to Steve Ott about this just 2 nights ago, about how if you want to be a head coach, do you need to be a head coach to become a head coach? You know, can you just walk in from being an assistant
for a lot of
all these years?
Yeah.
And 9 years, I believe. I mean, this guy, I think his first year was the year before the Blues won the Cup, so that would be 2018.
Yes.
Basically walked right out of a long playing career. Told me lots of stories about you. Oh, my God.
Mostly positive?
You tried to fight him in training camp, your first year in camp. Shaking your gloves.
I know.
And then he made you his little biatch.
He did. He did. I admit it. I needed a daddy. I needed a daddy figure in Canada. You know, I need a guy. Sit down. Calm the fuck down. Calm down. You're getting too big for your brick. Calm down. I needed that, man.
Pick your shit up now, you little bitch. That's what he told you on the ice.
Yeah, he probably did say that to me.
And then, back then, I guess a lot of the veteran players would have a personal rookie, right? Who would like be there to do whatever they need. So he would have you go get him Gatorade, go across the street to pick him up, everything. So I was thinking that I'm going to implement that on our podcast, and I'm going to start having you do some things for me too.
Andy wishes he was a player. See, you miss out on all this kind of stuff, man. You do. And let's be honest here. Like Otter said, go get Gatorade for me. You're damn right I'm going to do that for you. Hey, Cam, pick these sticks up, do this, do that. But no bullshit, weirdo bullshit, hazing shit. None of that. Nobody, I'd never even seen that before on a team. So if Steve Ott, who's scored 50 goals in 50 games, who's the king of that freaking city, tells me to go get his Gatorade, I'm certainly going to do it. I didn't say no to him, but he didn't put me on the spot either, like a real bitch. Like you hear some of these stories where they got to do crazy stuff. That didn't happen, just so you know.
Well, I think there was like a major hazing incident or something like that a couple years prior to that. So they kind of had to get away from some of the hazing.
I think it was
like
right after us.
When he came in, I think it was a little bit different than when you came in. But
no, I will say this, Andy, real quick. The main thing that we talked about when I first got to Windsor was the Ed Jovanowski thing.
Yeah.
That was what we had meetings about and stuff like that. Just
I see.
Just stuff like that. But hazing, I think that came with Sarnia a couple years, maybe during my career in the O. But I don't remember hearing too much hazing stuff when I first got there.
No, it was kind of out the window by then. But I do need you to go by my house today and start raking some leaves.
What do you need me to do?
Get my mail for me and just put it on the front porch. That's all you got to do is just get the mail.
Is Lori lonely?
Leave her alone. Don't you dare.
Andy, there's a pickup truck in your.
Ty calls me. Whose pickup truck is this?
Whose pickup truck is this? Mommy's new friend.
He's cool.
Wow, he's big. He's funny. He's jacked.
You stay away.
That's so funny. Oh man.
Okay, so getting back to the stories. So, listen to Steve Ott, man. I look at it a couple different ways. And I want to be honest here, okay? I look at it and say the Blues are not having the season that they expected to have, that they wanted to have. I look at it and I say, Jim Montgomery was hired here. He inherited the staff. I know he's got a lot of respect for Steve Ott.
Yes.
So I know he would hire a guy like Steve Ott. And Steve Ott, obviously in charge of the power play. Power play looked terrible again last night, and it hasn't been very good. But in fairness to Steve Ott, his power play has been pretty successful over the years here in St. Louis. And I watched Edmonton last night, and they didn't have Leon Draisaitl. Well, we wish him the best, and hopefully everything's okay with his family who's over there in Germany. Because apparently his dad was just over here, like for the dad's trip.
Yep.
And his mom was over here recently too. So I don't know exactly why he had to go back to Germany, but we're thinking about Leon, his family, and everybody over there. And hopefully he gets back and joins the Edmonton Oilers very, very soon. But I'm watching their power play. Oh. I was in Colorado on New Year's Eve. I'm watching their power play. I can go down the line of all the top power plays in the league, and I'll show you elite superstars on those power plays. And so sometimes your power play, coaching's a big part of it. You want to have guys in the right spot. You'd like to be creative. You'd like to draw up some set plays that players can execute and lead to a successful power play. But at the end of the day, you got to have elite talent. Elite talent is typically what leads to a really good power play. And the Blues, especially without Robert Thomas in the lineup right now, they're just lacking in that department, specifically on the power play. So I look at it like, okay, the power play's not having success. They make the move, obviously, with Steve Conowalchuk down to the minors. And who knows what this coaching staff will look like moving forward. Like I said, Jim Montgomery kind of inherited the staff. I mean, the entire staff could be back next year. I have no idea what it's going to look like. That's, above my pay grade, obviously. But when you don't reach expectations in the National Hockey League or in professional sports, we've seen changes in the past. And so maybe this was in the best interest of Steve Ott moving forward for his career. Listen, you want to be a head coach, or if you want to coach, this is the best place for you. I think this kind of surprised him. I think this came out of the blue. I don't think he was expecting it. But I think it'll be good for him, and I think it's good for the organization to have him kind of be in control of these young prospects down there. So
basically they fired him, but instead of firing him, They're like, hey, listen, this is what we're going to do for you. Because maybe they're going to make some moves with Steve down, Konowalchuk as a head coach, because they're struggling. Springfield's struggling all year long. It's supposed to be pretty good this year, but you know how in the minors, guys get hurt, guys are called up, guys are sitting down. It's chaos down there, so it's hard to be consistent. So you think, so Otter had no idea about this, and basically they're like, hey, we're going to let you go, but you've been here for so long, and we respect you. We still want you. We're going to try to give you the next step, maybe a little stepping stone for you. So we were going to make moves down there. So we're going to send you down there and have you be a head coach to get some reps in the last 20 games. And then what? They're going to move on from them? Like, is that kind of what how this is going?
You know, it's interesting you say that. I don't know. I don't want to speak on that because I don't know 100%. Now, just based on my experience being around the NHL and seeing how some of these situations play out, I mean, that would certainly be a something that, as a possibility, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I can't sit here and say that that's the exact way this went down, and that's the way Doug Armstrong is thinking. He'd have to be the one to come out and say why he decided to make this move. Maybe they wanted to move on from Steve Konowalchuk. They needed a coach down in the American Hockey League, and so Steve Ott is a guy who, you know what, you want to take that next step. Because let me say this about Otter. Otter's been offered multiple head coaching positions down in the American Hockey League. He could have made this jump a long time ago. If he wanted to be a head coach in the American League today, he would be a head coach in the American Hockey League, and obviously he is, but he would have been to start the season.
Yeah.
He knows enough people. He's got enough respect around the National Hockey League. If he wants to get back on an NHL bench next season and say it wasn't in St. Louis and he wanted to become an assistant coach or an associate coach somewhere else, I think he'd have plenty of opportunities and options to do that as well, just based on his credibility, his relationships, and the people he knows throughout the league. So I don't know exactly the mindset of the organization, Cam, or what those conversations were like. All I can say is I don't think he expected that type of conversation when it was presented to him last night. I don't know if he had the option to stay here in the NHL or if he was forced to go down and take that job in the American Hockey League if he wanted to continue to work. I can't answer that. But what we do know is that if he wants to coach, which I know he wants to be a head coach, his vision and everything and all the work that he's put in over the course of the last several years, almost 10 years, is all building towards him becoming a head coach in the National Hockey League. That is his goal. That's his vision. And I truly believe if he wants to be a head coach, this is the best path for him to do so, is to go down and be a head coach right now in the American League.
Oh, Andy, though. Otter didn't play in the minors, man. Like to go, you've been riding this high for a long time, decades, you know what I mean? Flying private, like it's different. It's a different animal down there. You know what I mean? You're on those bus rides, 8-hour bus rides. Like it's gonna be a little bit of a wake-up call for him. But I think he's gonna be excited about it, man. Now you're in control. You're the guy. You're the main guy. You're gonna have to figure things out. You're gonna learn from this. Not too many games left. So you're really gonna have to be a sponge down there, figure different things out, and learn from this opportunity. But yeah, it's
Yeah, but Cam, the biggest, I mean, you're right. You're right. I mean, they don't stay in, the same hotels. They don't travel the same. We all know that in the American League. You know what's interesting is he's such a family guy. His family is really set up nicely. He's an unbelievable dad.
Yes.
And his family is, their roots are fully planted in St. Louis. His kids were born in St. Louis.
Yep.
They're involved in youth hockey in St. Louis.
Yep.
They have a network of friends through youth hockey in St. Louis. And I know he was looking forward to the Olympic break, and being able to watch his kids. They were going to be out of town. His kids had, the Central States playoffs and all this stuff. And I don't believe there's an Olympic break in the American Hockey League, right? So this is going to change things a little bit in terms of what the plans were for he and his family moving forward, obviously with the Olympic break right around the corner. Now it's all about business. And again, this is the reality of coaching in professional hockey, Cam.
Yeah.
It's not always roses. Not everybody goes from playing close to 1,000 games and right into a National Hockey League situation.
And then win a cup, and then,
And then win a cup. But at some point, it reminds me of, I'll tell you this story. Years ago, when John Cooper, who doesn't know the words to Mr. Brightside, by the way, learn the words, Coop. They had you on camera. there. The song was blasting through the arena, and you're singing it, and you don't know the words to the song, by the way.
You don't either, because you
Neither
only
do I,
listen to
no.
one band, Fish.
Who's that?
Fishy Poo. One
Okay,
band.
so I remember when Coop was coaching Tier 2 Junior A here in St. Louis with the St. Louis Bandits, and we had a conversation one night, and he was offered the head coaching job with Green Bay in the USHL. Now, here's a guy coming from Western Canada, didn't really have a long playing career, or really any type of playing career. I think he was a lacrosse guy, went to law school, and then obviously was coaching in Detroit, and then started coaching Tier 2 in Texarkana, Texas, and whatever. So he's familiar with the USHL and whatnot, obviously. And his goal of, at that time, coaching Tier 2, you're trying to move guys onto the USHL and eventually get them an opportunity to play college hockey. But we were talking, and he wasn't sure if he wanted to take it. He loved his life in St. Louis, hanging out with all the NHL guys.
Yeah.
Kind of, he was kind of living that life. But you're not making really any money coaching Tier 2. Probably was making small six figures or whatever. Certainly way less than what he would be making.
6 figures?
Well, I bet you making like $100,000 maybe.
I bet you not even that.
I bet you he was making $100,000.
Okay.
I bet you he was making $100,000 as the guy. Anyway, guys who are coaching in the North American Hockey League camp, they're probably making about $100,000. Maybe 115, somewhere around there.
Really? Interesting.
I'm sure there's some coaches who aren't.
Yeah.
But I bet you the good ones are making over $100,000. So
Okay.
somewhere. So I don't know what he was making back then. But we were talking, and he was offered this job to go coach of the USHL in Green Bay. And I remember saying to him, because he wasn't sure if he wanted to go. He's like, shit, you get so comfortable, Cam.
Yeah.
Everyone gets comfortable. And I said, well, if you want to be a coach, then you got to take this opportunity and you got to go coach. No, I'm not sitting here saying that's why John Cooper is what he is today, or that's why he went to Green Bay.
Because of
He would have
you?
gone anyway. No. So I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
But I just remember the conversation we were having. Hey, if you want to be a coach, man, you got to go coach.
Yeah.
Right? You get another opportunity. And I look at it the same situation, although it's different with Steve Ott. If he wants to be a head coach, this is the best path to get there, right? To go be a head coach. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. You need to you need to find your groove as a head coach. You've never done it before. But there are a lot of instances where you've been an assistant coach for a long time and you've been fairly successful where you do get that opportunity.
100%. I mean, look at all these football coaches.
So it's a little setback, but it's probably for the best for you. You know what I mean?
Look at all these football coaches. They're special team coaches.
Yeah, God,
and they get elevated to they're like a tight ends coach, and then they're a receivers coach, and then they get an offensive coordinator coaching position. But when you're an OC, it's almost like being a head coach. You run the offensive side of things. You're in charge of the entire offensive game plan and the installation, the packages that you put in, Cam, of course.
You could have been one. No, you'd have been a defensive coach.
And then they become head coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Usually without ever being, how many head coaches do you see in the NFL who become head coaches after working their way up that were head coaches in college or high school or not many. I mean, some were, right? But I just look at, I'm happy for Steve Ott. He should be super excited about this opportunity.
I agree.
I know some are on the outside are going to look at it and say, wow, this is a negative. He's being demoted. Man, if he can be a head coach in the National Hockey League, and if he's behind a bench within the next 3, 5 years, 2 years, 1 year, 10 years, however long it takes, and it's because he got this experience and he went down and had some success, man, that'll be the best thing for him. And he had a great run here in St. Louis. I'm not going to sit here and say it's over by any means, but he certainly has had a great run, and he's had a big impact here in St. Louis. People love Otter here in St. Louis. People love Otter with the Blues organization. And again, we don't know what the future means for him. He and Alexander Steen are best of friends. And, maybe he puts himself in position to eventually take over and become a head coach in St. Louis one day. You never know.
Yeah, I would say it's still you're still in the minors now. And I think this is just like the perfect opportunity where you want to let him go, and then all of a sudden, here, we're going to put you here, and we're going to see what happens. We're going to get through this year, and this is going to be hopefully beneficial for you moving forward to want to be a head coach. But it certainly was a surprise when I saw that this morning, dude.
Surprise.
I saw it fucking, I'm like, what? I know.
People need to understand his relationship and history with Doug Armstrong, too. They go way back.
Yeah, to Dallas, dude.
To Dallas.
Yeah.
And obviously, Doug Armstrong brought
Yoink.
him here, traded for him from Buffalo. He came over with Ryan Miller, and the Blues had some unbelievable teams back then. They should have
Yes.
won a Stanley Cup
That
before they
was
won
the
a
team.
Stanley Cup.
Remember, they got Ryan Miller, and everyone's like, "Oh shit, let's go." They were
But
loaded.
Ryan Miller, he was a mess
He
here in
was.
St. Louis.
I know.
He was a mess, and it was an unbelievable. It's so interesting because people will say, "Wow, the best moves." Like the Ryan O'Reilly trade was the best trade that Doug Armstrong pulled off. It was, trading this guy or trading that guy, or the offer sheets for a guy like Philip Broberg and Holloway. But honestly, that's one of the best trades he ever made too. It just didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? But
I know.
Ryan Miller was the biggest fish available at the time. The Blues needed a goaltender to get them over the hump.
Yep.
Everything suggested that Ryan Miller would be able to be that guy, and then obviously it just didn't play out when he got here.
Just it was a surprise to see that on Twitter, and if he's not around next year, then he served his time here well, man, and he put a big footprint in St. Louis, and I don't know. Hey, listen, it's business, man. It's a weird year for the Blues, one way or the other. Jesus Christ, even playing Edmonton last night, like fucking Sonny. Good God, almost gets his. Thank God he didn't get his goddamn Achilles ripped off and cut open. Those are scary. Sometimes you don't even know you're getting your cut until you try to stand up and you have no strength on your leg, and all of a sudden you're like, "Why is that? Why am I? Oh, it's blood. Oh, I got cut open." Like most of the time you don't even realize you get cut open. But I was going to ask you about even.
Can I comment on that?
Yeah.
Is that okay if I comment on
You
that
can talk.
real quick?
You can talk. And he thinks I'm interviewing him. And he thinks he's on with Darren Drager. So I don't know what the fuck. He thinks he's on another podcast, and I'm interviewing him.
You are today.
We're
You're
talking.
interviewing. All right. So, yes, you're 100% right. I got to give a shout out to a few people. It's interesting, Cam, when you see everyone go into action.
Yes.
Because Oscar Sundqvist can sometimes, you see him laboring back to the bench quite often. This guy plays so hard.
Yeah. Takes a beating.
beating.
God.
So when he didn't get up at first after, colliding with Connor McDavid along the wall.
Yeah.
Great job slowing down Connor McDavid, by the way, Sonny.
He did.
That was great. And he certainly did. It was actually a good play. So they go down, and the fact that he didn't get up right away, I don't think, at least for me, I'm like, okay, it's Sonny. He's fine. He's just kind of taking his time getting up. But then when you see Colton Parayko skate over there, and he's like, come on. And then the referee's like, let's go. Because they see the blood coming through his sock. The blood coming through his sock, and you look at that area of his ankle, and your main concern probably is a Achilles or whatever. But I'll tell you what, if I was a general manager, and listen, Doug Armstrong's got to sleep well at night, at least for this reason, knowing that he's got one of the most experienced, one of the best medical trainers in the league.
Ray, baby. Ray Barilli, let's go.
Because watching Ray get into action right away, there's no hesitation.
No.
He's pointing to the freaking wall, to the doctors over there. And then now they're going into action, man. These NHL trainers and medical people, I know they go through the training, but to see everything come together the way it did, man, I was very impressed to see him get the medical care and the attention that he needed immediately. And then to determine, hey, it's not the Achilles, so he's in a good spot. I think he got like 6 stitches on the inside, 8 stitches on the outside. Could have been much worse. It actually cut the top of his knee, too. He got cut in 2 different spots. And he was wearing the cut-resistant socks also, so I look at it 2 ways.
Wow.
And I say the cut-resistant socks either don't work or it saved him from even having a more serious injury. So I don't know how you want to look at it.
I don't know how to look at that either, but cut-resistant means cut-resistant. And obviously that wasn't cut-resistant. So I don't want to call out the brand, but what does that mean? Cut-resistant. You're not supposed to get cut. It's not supposed to go through. So I don't understand that. That's scary, man. Scary.
Is that what it means? Like it shouldn't be cut
isn't that what it says? What does cut resistant mean? I mean, you can't get cut. It shouldn't go through. It shouldn't slice you. I don't know.
Hey,
no.
I wanted to tell Doug Armstrong yesterday. I wanted to be like, hey, don't worry. In a couple of weeks, he's going to be on your team. Talking about Connor McDavid, man.
Oh,
That dude, is he real?
yes. Yes, he is real, Andy. He's a real
Is that
person.
is that a real human being?
It's a real human being. He's just really good at what he does. And he'll fly by you 100 miles an hour, spin around on one leg, on one edge, and make a pass through 5 different Blues players for a little one-timer, or a little tap-in goal, not even looking, going 100 miles an hour on one edge. Like it's unreal.
Okay, so let's break down him versus Nathan McKinnon, because I'm curious your thoughts on this. Even though Cam's sending me his highlights from the alumni game, his hands look
did
terrible.
I dominate the other day. Dominated the other day. What's the difference between
Stop
Nathan McKinnon and Connor
Okay, here
McDavid?
we
Not
go.
much.
Ready?
Not
Okay, hold on.
much.
So I watched McKinnon, and I say, wow, this guy's the best player in the world. And then I watched McDavid, and I'm like, nobody touches this guy. He is the best player in the world. He's incredible. And I think they're different in terms of how they are as teammates. Would you agree with that? I think McKinnon can be a fucking dick, man.
I think
Like,
McDavid could both be a dicks, dude.
Yeah. But
And I
think
like that.
Oh, yeah, I love it too. It's like, what was Michael Jordan?
A fucking dick. He kept you
Okay.
in line. He'll call you out in practice. He was the first one going down and back. Like, yeah, he sets
Okay.
the standards.
So McKinnon and McDavid, the one thing they have in common is they work so damn hard, and everybody else works just as hard. Like, they get everybody working.
Yeah.
I mean, the game was out of hand last night. I mean, Edmonton could just cruise, and this guy's going like it's overtime at Game 7 in the Stanley Cup Final. Tyler Tucker played that perfectly.
I know.
McDavid goes down on one. It goes down on 2 knees, gets up, spins, and finds Pakolzin back door, I believe. It just
Through 5 guys.
unbelievable. But Cam, the game's over. It's out of hand, and this guy's working so damn hard. He doesn't stop. His work ethic is maybe the most impressive thing for me, in addition to his obvious speed and his skill level, and but that determination, man, that work ethic, that determination that he and McKinnon have. I think other players in the
Crosby
league
has
certainly
it.
have that.
Crosby
Yeah,
has
other players have it, but they just don't have that elite, world-class, generational skill to go with it.
Because
But
Ovi,
you don't get to the NHL for a lot of these guys, man, without that second and third gear and that willingness to just lay it all out there and have
those
that work
three,
ethic.
though, Crosby, McKinnon, and McDavid have that, fuck you, I'm going 100 miles an hour no matter what. Not just in the offensive zone, but in the defensive zone. I'm a psychopath. I'm going 100 miles an hour no matter what. Those are only really 3 big dogs that
Does Celebrini have that? He might.
we don't know yet with him. Like, listen, you're 19. Your legs are fine. Tell me when you're 36 and you're going 100 miles an hour
But
every single shift.
He works his best.
As of right now, he does, and he's going to be a true superstar. He's hopefully
Yeah.
he's up with that upper echelon of superstars. Ovi, he'll give you that, and he won't give you that, and he'll do this, and he'll do that, and
he takes shifts off and stuff. you know?
but he puts you on your ass though.
yeah.
He
yeah.
hits, and so he abuses his body in other ways. So
But he's more like waiting for his opportunity. And stuff like
sure,
that.
wait, open me
so-
up, and he's getting older too. He's drinking soda.
Well, I'm talking about even when he was younger
Is he
or whatever, you know.
Is he getting chirped hardcore? I see him getting bashed. Did he not put the rainbow tape on the other day or something?
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh,
I saw
man.
that. But I
Oh, we don't
watched
give
the
a fuck.
video. He wasn't the only one.
He's just like, let me just play.
I
I
think
love
there was
everybody.
a bunch of them.
I love everybody. Just let me play.
Exactly. I don't think you can read into anything just
He's
because
like-
he didn't have the tape on there. I wouldn't read into how he thinks about this or that.
Exactly.
I would just say that he's there to play a hockey.
Just play
game.
there. Play hockey. Go play.
Why would
Just be
anybody
nice to
try to?
people.
Don't judge him.
Oh, they do.
You're judging him for being judgmental. Don't do that. You know, Bob
Exactly
Marley
right.
said back in the day,
What'd he
judge
say?
not. Judge not.
Okay. What about MLK?
so-
Didn't MLK say that too?
Today's MLK Day,
Yeah, damn
man.
right, baby. Junior.
And he wouldn't want people out there being judgmental, trying to judge everybody, thinking you know what everybody thinks
Exactly.
and what their beliefs are.
Think of
Just because
MLK.
he's going to play a hockey game and he's not looking to put a statement. You know, not everybody. Cam does. Cam's got the bumper stickers on his car.
I do.
I don't like bumper stickers.
I got rainbow bumper stickers. I got coexist bumper stickers. I got I'm with Hillary bumper stickers. I got ouchie Fauci bumper sticker.
Hey,
Needles.
Cam, I may have to take something out because I feel like that wasn't my point. I wasn't giving career advice to John Cooper, but I'm just saying that.
No.
there's
We're
people
keeping
sitting
that
around-
in. No,
No,
we're keeping
but
that in.
you know what I'm saying?
It's because of you. He is
No,
where
no.
he's at.
No,
Maddie.
but I don't think he wanted to leave. Everyone gets comfortable in their spot. even for me, Cam, when I was young, when I got hired at KMOX Radio as a young kid, and right when I got hired, the Rams were winning the Super Bowl, Cardinals were going to the World Series, Mark McGuire's here. You got the Blues, McKinnis and Pronger cruising around. They were unbelievable. They won the President's Trophy my first year covering the team, 99-2000, baby.
Lost the first round.
And they lost in the first round, President's Trophy
I
winner.
remember that.
And my bosses and at the radio station, and this is before social media and everything, and KMOX was just king. I mean, I'm working.
Gigantic.
Bob Costas is doing shows there. Joe Buck's doing shows there. Jack Buck's doing shows there. Completely different animal than what KMOX is today and what anywhere else is, to be honest with you. Just like ESPN and SportsCenter is not the same that it used to be. Nothing is. So I was very fortunate from that standpoint. But my bosses used to always say, hey, you need to go to a small market and get more experience, get more reps, get on the air, learn how to edit, learn how to shoot, learn how to do all this stuff. And I was like, no chance, man. I love covering the big time stuff, right? I don't want to go to a small market and go some small town making $12,000 a year, even though I wasn't making much more than that at the time anyway. So I didn't want to do that. And I get it. I think that's the mentality of everybody. I think once you kind of taste it and you're around a certain environment, it's hard to all of a sudden go back down a little bit. Even though for Coop, he was actually elevating his coaching. He was going to a higher level, but he was leaving a big city like St. Louis where he was tied in with all these NHL guys. And I don't think
But it's more like Otter. Otter's the one that's going to be like, I'm going to be a head coach.
He didn't want to let that go. Yeah.
That's tough. That's a wake-up call, man. Even for me, when I played like 6-7 years and I got sent down for the first time, I'm like, oh, Jesus Murphy. Yeah, you're the good guy. You're the, you just got sent down. All the guys kind of look up to you down there. I love that, man. The guys are awesome. But fuck, you're like, whoa. Oh, Subway again? Oh, okay. Oh, 8-hour trip. Ah, yes. Oh, God. 8-hour bus rides. Oh, we're doing this. We're doing that. I have a roommate. Just, it's a big difference, man. In fact, it's such a big gap. You know what I mean? It's such a, not maybe as much as the MLB, going down the minors in MLB, which is even worse. At least you're making money as far as players are concerned down in the minors, but God almighty, as far as travel and everything else, big time wake-up call. Big time. But if you want to pursue your career as a head coach, man, sometimes you got to go down there and do your thing. You know who else is taking a beating right now? Just Matthew, who's playing, he's actually back in the lineup.
He's playing against San Jose tonight.
Oh, the people on Twitter just bashing the
Why?
Because they pumped up Trump, of course.
Oh,
at the White House.
Yeah, I saw that.
God forbid. I always say this, Andy. I don't give a fuck who the president is. Just like with what's his name with Dallas, or no, I'm sorry, with Boston, the goalie who didn't go see Barack Obama. What's his name?
Tim Thomas.
Timmy Thomas, who's just on. Actually, just went for Chara's ceremony the other day. I chirped Tim Thomas about that. Like, you're not gonna go see Obama. Yeah, you disagree with who fucking cares? Go shake his hand. Go see the White House. You're making it about you. So when people blow up about being at the White House, everybody showed up for the Panthers. They're all dressed nice. You got your president right there. Whether you agree with everything or not, like, fucking just enjoy the fucking moment. You're in the United States. I don't care if you're Canadian. I don't care if you're Sweden. You're in the United States. You're making fucking U.S. money. You're playing here. A U.S. team hired you. You're here, baby. So respect the White House and the president. But like, I don't give a shit.
So they're taking heat. I mean, the NFL guys take heat when they go.
When they don't go.
The NBA guys take heat if they go, if they don't go.
Yeah, I'm just saying, this is funny.
But listen, for me personally, like, I'm with you. Like, I wouldn't be as concerned about who the president is at the time. I would say, damn, I get to go to I want to check out the White House, see what's going on in there.
I want to know, is Hunter Biden here partying? Yeah. Let's go.
Well, I'm a big history guy. You know?
So he's a big time history guy.
So I'd like to see what's going on the walls. Are the walls talking to you? What kind of carpet is in there? What the Oval Office looks like?
Yeah, let's look around. Cool. Let's look around. Look at the history. Now, you're not going to see all the internal things, but I would love to go to the White House and check it out.
I would, and I listen, Trump, man, he loves that Kachuk, the way that he's talking. And then it's like Kachuk, through his dad, like, other people can get to Trump, whether it's Gretzky or whatever, and be like, this kid's unbelievable. He's going to talk and whatever. Like, who knows, man? Maybe they create some type of relationship where it really benefits Matthew Kachuk down the road. Wasn't he on some type of advisory committee for, like, sports or something like the sports advisory committee
Sure.
or something.
He's getting old. You know what I mean? So
Who is?
Trump.
Why was he getting booed at the? Was it the Patriots game? Where was he?
You'll get booed places.
No,
now.
but was that an old clip or is that new? Where he was reading something from his suite from a box, and it was like the PA system was picking it up throughout the stadium. He's getting booed like crazy. Was that yesterday at the football game?
I don't know. I didn't see that. But yeah,
Which, by the way, I'm still very upset.
About
And you're
who?
lucky I'm even doing the show
Josh.
today.
Yeah,
After
God
Buffalo
damn.
losing.
Well, you fucked up. And that controversial call, there's always a controversial call in these
I
big
hate the
time
referees.
games.
I hate the referees. in
Dude,
football.
people are losing their minds on so many different ways, man. They're losing their minds. But the NFL never disappoints. It never disappoints. If you got 4 games going on over the weekend, 3 of them are going to be unbelievable. They're
I
going to
know,
be unbelievable.
but I don't want to see a Seattle New England Super Bowl. It doesn't do it for me.
No, I agree with you. I want
The
Bears in
Rams-
there.
The Rams would be no. I like the Rams. Matthew Stafford and Puka Nacua, baby. They
already
have some
won.
star power.
They already
but
won.
the Rams versus Bills would have been an incredible Super
Totally.
Bowl. And I just can't believe, that's why you can say all you want. I mean, home field advantage is everything. You got to have home field advantage. That's why Josh could never get past Patrick Mahomes, although I think there was a game maybe Mahomes went to Buffalo and won in an AFC championship. But, this year they couldn't beat the Denver Broncos. They are 1,000 times better than Denver. And, of course, Bo Nix breaks his ankle. He's not even available
That's
moving
brutal.
forward.
God, and like no one really knew what happened. And then Peyton came out, who is friends with. He's a hockey guy, man. He comes and supports Chaser and all his events and stuff like that. And people have said that maybe he did it celebrating, which we've seen before in the NFL. But I think he got rolled when he was trying to deke out one of the defenders, and he kind of rolled his ankle.
Apparently, it was in that, like the last series or something like that.
Or somebody fell on him.
something.
In football, that's why I don't like playing football. I love watching it. I especially love watching it whenever it's freezing cold out and there's snow going down. But you have some motherfucker just fall on you, Andy. They would crush you.
It happened.
You would turn into dust. Dust. If somebody grabbed you and threw you down, you'd just go
Do you know
like
what
a
happened
block
to
of
me?
ice.
I broke my ankle playing football, right?
Okay, it's already Andy story time enough. Like we know about your ankle break and stuff like that. We've all been there. Let me ask you this.
I broke my ankle.
What
Sophomore year of high
is
school.
Hyman going to make the Canadian
And
Olympic team? Is Hyman? No. Is Hyman
the Oklahoma drill?
Oh my God! I'd smash you. I would
It was
smash you. Anyway, is Hyman going to make the Olympic roster? Do you think? He's got 17 goals, 20 games.
He's got 19 goals, doesn't he?
Something like that. Something
He
incredible.
Scored 2 more last night
And
if you
that's-
watched the game.
I did.
So I think he's up to 19. Check that out. And 19 goals because he was hurt
He's hurt. That's what I mean. In 20 games,
in 31 games. But he didn't score in the first 6 games back. So he basically has 19 of those in like 25 games.
yeah, or whatever it is. Like he's dominating.
But he's played 31.
But
he is dominating.
And he
but why
compliments.
do you say that?
I don't know, because people are talking about it. And I was just wondering.
Well, who's not playing? Who's hurt? Braden Point.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, let's go through this. First off, Doug Armstrong was at the game last night, so it was a good opportunity for Shaq Hyman, to put his full skill set on display.
Look good.
I mean, he's just a net front guy. He is good, but that his second goal, he went far post. Should that have been stopped? I don't know.
Probably.
Okay. So.
But still, so what?
Do you still take him over Sam Bennett?
Depends on where you want to slot him, man. They play with McDavid. I don't know. They look pretty good together. Although anybody looks good with McDavid, to be honest.
Yeah, but is he going to play with? Is he going to play with McDavid? He got all.
I
these
would
other
say
guys.
that's what you would do. They're used. I don't know. I don't know. I was just curious. People threw that out there.
I like the question. It's for a good discussion.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong. I mean, that's why Canada. We love all the Canadians, all the shit kickers out there in Alberta, where I'm at. I had some Alberta steak the other night and a salmon roll.
They're probably like, "Welcome home, Andy. You're part of this shit kicking group."
Hey, but they have an embarrassment of riches when it comes to hockey. Let them have 2 teams. We can't have Russia. Have 2 teams. That Kucherov, by the way, I saw him play the other day too.
Well, yeah, so did I.
I know.
where their power plays aren't even that good, and then they get 2 penalties and they just dominate. I'm like, how is their power play 19th in the league?
I don't get that.
What
Yeah.
the fuck? They were moving the puck around so fast, and the Blues ended up winning the game. But just like that, bam, bam, 2 goals. Coochie's just like, find me. I'm in a terrible angle. Find me. I'm gonna get one. You know what I mean?
doesn't come off the ice ever on the power play.
He's freakish.
Cooch.
Coochie.
Second round pick. I was looking at it yesterday because
Jesus.
big shout out to Ryan Nugent Hopkins
Yeah.
because he played in his 1,000th game.
Yep.
And he was the first overall pick in 2011.
Yeah.
Gabriel Landeskog went second. He had a lot of good players. Huberdeau, I think, went third that year.
Huberdeau.
Cooch was a second round pick, if you can believe that, in 2011.
Yeah. Well, look at some of these
doggy.
Russians. Well, you got to go find them. You got to go find them, dude.
Woo, doggy.
Kaprizov. Who, doggy? You got to go find a Kaprizov. You know, like, where are they at?
If you're Billy Guerin, you've made the big move for Hughes. You're going to have to play Dallas in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. I'm curious who you like between those two teams. And does Billy need to make another big move? Should you go get Panarin to come play with
Or Pedersen.
Pedersen?
I'm just
please?
saying.
Enough
You
of
retain
that.
some of his money?
I watched the game.
I agree with you. I'm just saying. His name's getting thrown out there. He's still a good player.
I watched. Vancouver is so bad, Cam.
I know.
They're the worst team I've seen in quite a while. It's amazing what has happened to that team.
Well, they're losing
I mean,
players.
They get rid of all of them.
No shit.
The management. What have they done to that poor franchise?
Tear it down.
But they
Toxic.
gave up 6 goals in the second period to Edmonton. 6
Yeah.
in one period. Not just in the game. They end up losing the game 6-0. And I'm watching this Pedersen, who's making 11.5 or whatever the hell he's
Woo!
making. I mean,
11 and a
you
half.
want to bring that to your organization? Hails to the no.
For 6.5?
Well, if they take half,
Yeah.
well,
Would you-
I'd do that.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying, like, that's probably going to be the case. You know what I
Okay.
mean? But yeah, they just fell off, man. They fell off, and they'll probably get the
Would
number
you
1
rather
pick.
have Panarin?
Yes,
Because, hey, that's a mess, too. Chris Drury writing letters to the fans.
I saw that. He's getting bashed, dude.
And but here's the deal. I think James Dolan, who's the chairman there at the New York Rangers, I don't think any general managers just on their own just putting these damn letters out. Didn't Jeff Gorton do this years ago, too? After they got beat up by the Washington Capitals? Remember, he put a letter out? We had Jeff Gorton on. He was
It
unbelievable.
was great, yeah.
When he came on with us. But I remember them talk about they had to put a letter out, JD. Somebody put a letter out. It's
Well,
like embarrassing. Stop writing letters to the
Stop.
fans.
Thank you. Stop writing letters. Unless it's fucking complete chaos and everybody is talking about it. Not just dipshit boy and that guy over there. Everybody. The Ottawa Senators did it. We talked about it last week. Stop. Just
So,
wait until it's complete chaos.
JT Miller, all you guys, get the hell out of there.
Oh, jeez.
Get out of New York now. I mean, Mike Sullivan just gets there. It's the first year there, and they're just a complete disaster.
Get out of New
Yeah,
York.
right.
Get out of Vancouver. Get out of what? What else are we getting out of?
I know.
Where are
I
the
know.
teams you want to go? Get out of
I know.
Calgary. Get out of Winnipeg. What are we doing here?
I don't know. I
Huh?
don't know what has happened to New York. But answer the question, though.
What?
If you're Billy G, do you go after?
Yes.
You trying to bring that Panarin to come play with Kaprizov?
Right now? Yes. Going
Or
for it.
Would you
Going
go
for it.
Peder? You're bringing up Pedersen. I mean, who would you rather have?
I would rather have Panarin than Pedersen, dude. No doubt about it. But you need
And
some.
and you know he's super tight with Tarasenko too. So
You just need all the power you can get if you're going to cross paths with the Avalanche. Fucking
is
Vegas
Panarin a playoff winner to you?
could be.
Can he grind it
He
through?
could be. You know, you are until you're not. Like, I don't know. Like, he's got the skill to do it. Are the leaders on that team going to get him in line every fucking game? You're in Minnesota. You're away from the bullshit. Like, you could just go play. I don't know. Even Billy G talked about that. Like, it's fun to play hockey here. Yeah, people love you, but you're not annoyed everywhere you go. It's not a huge city. It's a more chill atmosphere. You go play, you work, you go home, you chill with your family. It's a simple life in Minnesota. It is.
Okay.
It's a simple life in Minnesota compared to a lot of other places, and that is a fact. Even though you are very popular in that town, it's a simple life. And
Yeah,
he expressed that when
you want to tell me about what's going down in Minnesota?
oh yeah, the
You don't
daycare
even know.
center,
You don't even
the
know.
learning center. They didn't even spell learning right. What the fuck was that? Andy didn't even fucking know. I threw a chirp out right off the bat. He's like, it went right over your head. Then you got chirped by people online.
I know, and that's a
Jesus
good pickup by
Christ.
I love all our
Hell
viewers,
yeah.
man.
They
Love all
know.
y'all.
They actually pay attention to what's going on in
I
the
know,
world.
but I didn't really
Unlike
know what was
you.
going on. But I don't know what Tim is doing over there in Minnesota.
Tampon. How about Jake Sanderson calling out?
Oh my God, he called out his goalie.
I don't know if I like that.
Didn't like it.
I don't like when people call out.
Because
I just don't.
Stutzler was pretty cool about it.
I just don't like
And
that.
if it's not the captain, all right, I just don't think you do.
Thank you. I don't like that either, Andy. I don't. Shut the fuck up. We all know that. Worry about yourself. And I know you had 4 points in that game. You played 28, whatever it was. I don't care. Don't call out your goalie. He knows. The whole team knows. The whole city knows. Everybody knows. You don't need to do that. Even when Austin Matthews was interviewed, God, was that right after warmups? They asked him about Mitchie Marnie in Vegas, and he's like, I didn't even look over there. I didn't even look.
No, he said, I've had enough.
I've had enough. I didn't even look
of
over
the
there.
Mitchie questions.
Yeah. He goes, I didn't even look over there in warmups.
You know what's interesting? And Mitchie's doing great in
he got
Vegas,
booed
and he's
by, yeah.
very good player. But it's just so funny to me, like how elevated he was playing in Toronto all those years. Like Austin Matthews, you put up 70 goals. Yeah, you're a superstar in the league, and he's been scoring so many goals. He's incredible. Everybody has over 400. Nylander plays great, but like Mitchie was just like he was. They like created him as a god, and then he goes to Vegas.
I'm
and
a god.
He's just part of the mix. You know what I mean?
Are you a god? No. Then, rah! Remember that on Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
If anybody asks you if you're a god, you say yes. And you didn't.
I
get
walked
into
around.
Ghostbusters.
I walked around Edmonton this morning. I went for my morning walk, and my eyelashes were frozen.
What's the temp?
It's not even that cold here. I don't think.
It's 17 here. It's not. It's freezing cold.
It's
You might have a couple leaks in your house. Did you leave your fucking hose?
It's 11 degrees.
Yeah, it's about the same.
But
here.
I'm going to Winnipeg for the first time today.
Oh, you're gonna love
Ever
it.
in my life. Well, I'm going to watch the national championship game tonight. Who you
Tonight,
got,
baby.
by the way?
Indiana's gonna win by double digits.
Will they? You like their coach?
Shit. Fuck yeah! How could you not?
It's kind of a manufactured fake championship, though. It's like
I disagree.
They're the all-time leader in losses in the history of college football. Mark Cuban is basically like financing that entire organization. They're no longer a program; it's an organization.
How many 5-star recruits do they have on that team? One.
None, but like all these, but they're miss
killing
out,
everybody.
and then they go out and get all these great players, and they bring them. Like nobody like started there, did they?
What they were good last year, but they only have.
Yeah.
If you look at the 5-star recruits that they have
They have
compared
none
to anybody else, it's unbelievable. This is the biggest college football story
ever.
maybe ever. People are, and you know, we work with guys that are college football psycho. I mean, psychopaths. They're like, this is. I've never seen anything like it. I think it's pretty cool, man. Good for you,
Okay, so
Indiana.
a couple things. My wife went to Indiana.
It's a damn
and
good
so-
school.
Great school.
It's a damn
my-
good school.
My brother went to Indiana. My oldest brother, who was a lawyer, he went to Indiana. My wife's brother, my wife's sister went to Indiana. We got a lot of Indiana in our family.
We should root
And
for them.
so this is I am rooting for them. And I've been to India. I used to go to Indiana when I was in high school all the time for weekends, man. It's a great, great school. And it's produced a lot of different people. I know Joe Buck obviously went there. A number of people. Mark Cuban is another one who I mentioned.
Well,
And
their,
he is,
their basketball team sucks, and their football team's unbelievable.
but
Isn't that
but
weird?
it's a basketball school.
Not anymore. You know how much money they're generating right now? You know how much fucking NIL money they're gonna get from all these people?
Dude.
They're loaded now. They're gonna probably have a new facility. They're building different things. Cranes are everywhere. Hell yeah.
And you
That's
know
what
what?
happens when you're good.
And they're beating all the big dogs. I mean,
Killing
they beat
'em.
Ohio State.
They're
They
killing
beat,
them.
Oregon. Did they play Michigan this year or not?
Don't remember.
So I'm really happy for Indiana. I like the way that they, the rhythm that they get with their play calling.
Okay, don't get into detail. Like, it's gonna be cool. The game's gonna be 5.5 hours long, and Indiana's probably gonna be killing them at
Five and a
halftime.
half hours long.
They're
I know.
5.5 hours long, Andy. These games, it's unbelievable. They go on forever. Yoink! Yeah. Whew. Andy gave me my first compliment the other day.
Was it public or private?
No, it was private.
Because I don't do it.
Because Andy will do a public, maybe just
publicly.
to like virtue signal, you know? He'll virtue signal, like that's what he does. But he legitimately gave me my first compliment the other day. Do you know why? Here's the reason. Because what he complimented me for, he was a part of. That's why. If I wouldn't have mentioned Andy's name, he would never have complimented me. I swear to God. And people are like, what are you talking about? We're at the Blues Hall of Fame dinner, and I got the mic and talked about Jackson. I did something that kind of was funny, and I brought Andy. I said, because we're with Twister, we're Scott Mellenby at our table. We're with Reed Lowe, just a bunch of shit kickers. And then Andy.
Twister.
Yeah, and then Andy's there, and then I'm like, if anybody wants to challenge our table, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, besides Andy and everybody, anytime I make fun of him, people die laughing. And they needed a spark at the time. So I brought Andy in and had a little pretty funny speech to Jackson. Andy the next day, without even me bringing it up, said, hey, that was a good speech you did last night. And I go, son of a bitch. I mean, it knocked me out of my fucking seat. I go, God damn. And he was genuine. I go, that's the first, honestly, the first time in 6 years that you've ever given me a genuine compliment. And now I feel like, God damn, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. You did a good job with that. See,
that's all I need.
People who throw out compliments all the time to everybody. Some people, you're like, God, like, this guy makes me feel good. And then you see him compliment everybody. He's this compliment guy, compliment guy, compliment guy.
Well, maybe he's right, though. Maybe when you give compliments out, they're true. Like, damn, your hair looks good today. You fucking got sick-ass hair. Maybe this guy, his suit looks badass. Your fucking suit looks good. See, I'm a compliment guy.
My wife is compliment girl. So
I like though.
We could be in line at Target, and she could, out of nowhere, she could say, I love your earrings, to a lady standing there.
I like women that do.
I love your
so
sweater.
Sweet. Yeah,
I love your coat.
That's what we need more of in society. Mm-hmm. People like Lori. Kate gets it all the time from ladies all the time. They'll be like, God, your jacket looks beautiful. Like, she gets complimented. I love when people do that. It puts a smile on your face. So tell Lori to keep doing that. And you need to learn from Lori.
Dude, I compliment your guys.
No, you don't.
I compliment your Instagram all the time.
Get out of here.
For it being
you
orange.
Virtue signal. You virtue signal. That time you didn't. That was actually genuine. Because I brought your name up and you were a part of it. That's
your
the only
Instagram
reason.
Stories with the orange filter you use, I'm always complimenting.
I don't post anything. You're making fun of Kate again.
Oh, Jesus.
Making fun of Kate again.
Happy birthday, Kate, by the way.
Yes. Happy birthday to my wife. Went to Annie Gunn's. Well,
did you?
Fuck Kate.
Oh, did you go there for breakfast?
We went there at 11:15, packed. We found 2 seats at the bar, and I started ordering god dang Bloody Marys, baby. Woo! That place is damn good.
You didn't take her to dinner?
The game was on at 2 o'clock. Kate and I get up.
What game?
Football game starts on Sunday at 2 o'clock.
She wants to watch that too?
Shit, yeah.
Is she a football fan?
Yes. She cheered for the Rams. Rams.
So Ty, who's a diehard, you probably saw on Lori Rogan's Instagram where Ty was all dressed up in his Josh Allen gear prior to the game.
Yeah, I saw it.
And
I see everything.
Listen, when I was a kid, man, it was the most devastating thing to go through when the Bills lost 4 consecutive Super Bowls. I mean, think about it, Cam. It was so hard to deal with. I don't know.
Yeah, but you weren't even. I'm not feeling sorry for you. I'm feeling sorry I'm feeling sorry for the diehard motherfuckers out there.
My grandfather and uncle were season ticket holders for years, dude. And I was very upset.
Fancy boy.
My uncle went to at least 2 or 3 of the Super Bowls.
It's
my only recollection of going to being a football fan of the NFL, I never went to a St. Louis Cardinals football game when I was a kid, ever.
Well, when did they?
They left here. I was just too young. I never went.
It was like 80s.
And so,
they left.
Yeah. So my fandom as a child was with the Buffalo Bills. And when the Rams came back or came to St. Louis, I was older, high school, and I became a fan of the Rams just because they were St. Louis's team, and Buffalo wasn't very good at that time. But back in the Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas, Andre Reed era, man, I was an absolute diehard. So my son, dude, was so emotional, so upset after they lost that game. We had planned a whole Super Bowl party. I was going to have you and Kate over. We were going to have Buffalo Bills cookies, chicken wings, the whole 9 yards. Now we can't do that.
Who's going to get the chicken? Where are we going to get chicken wings from? Were you going to cook them yourself?
Lester's.
Oh, I'd eat those.
Oh, so good.
God, yeah. The lemon pepper. God damn right. Lester's, baby.
Lester's best
damn
chicken
good.
wings. Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, no, Buffalo Bills, man, they have, I don't know how, probably the most devastating losses in any franchise in North America.
Oh,
right?
Really?
Right?
I think you might be right.
I mean, I don't know. Like,
Might be right.
like that devastating losses, horrific. 4 Super Bowls in a row you lose. Remember after the first one, they still had a parade after they lost?
Yeah.
They had a parade. Hey, good job. Next year you'll do it. They get there next year, lost. Get there next year, lost. Can you imagine that? Holy shit.
I need your help with something that's really been bothering me.
What?
Because in this situation, I look like the bad guy. Okay? So the night of Chaser of the Hall of Fame event, you didn't come to the after party, which you should have. It was
I had radio in the morning.
I know.
You think I'm driving all the way? No. I had to get home. Kate was.
Okay.
We had to get home. You got my drift?
So just unbelievable time. It was so much fun. And just a great crowd. Big shout out to Dougie Waite, man. One of my favorite people of all time.
Love him.
He's incredible.
Get his ass back on again.
Big Walt is unbelievable. Garth Butcher is phenomenal.
Garth Brooks,
the whole 9 yards. So anyway, there's a prominent guy who's a very good friend of Chasers for years. And it's weird. Like, I've heard the name over and over and over and over and over. I don't want to say who it is. But I had never met him. So all of a sudden, we're shooting the shit, and like I introduced myself, and he introduced. I'm like, "Oh, it's great to finally meet you. I've heard your name forever." And he goes, "We've met a million times." And I'm like, oh my God, like I know your name.
Who was it?
Hold on, I can't say it.
No,
I'll tell you.
Text
I'll tell you.
Text it to me, and I'm going to tell you if you're wrong or right. Text it to me right now. No. Text me the name.
I would know.
Text me the name, and I'll tell you if it's a mistake or it's just the way it is, because I do that all the time with people, dude. People are like, Cam, I met you last year. I'm like, my bad. I just always reintroduce myself, just in case.
No, Cam, I would know if I met this guy. Don't say it.
I'm not going to say it, but I'm going to be like, you're an idiot, or I get you.
And he was hammered.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
Come on.
But you know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying. It happens to me every fucking day.
He was like offended. Yeah, but you forget. I don't forget. I know if I met you or not.
That's right.
Okay.
You're right. You got a better memory than me. You're right.
I know if I met you or not. Like, I would know. And I would say, oh, that was a super nice. It's great to meet you, man. We have never met, I don't think. And he's like, no, I've met you a million times. I think he was offended.
No, I think that he did meet you a million times, and you thought you were too good for him. And
never.
If he says that he met you, I believe him. But I still look at this, and I'm like, don't worry about it. Usually,
you know who I'm talking. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I didn't know either.
And you didn't. Yeah, exactly.
I know. I didn't know.
Well, you would. Okay, thank you.
I know. I can't chirp you, dude.
How many times have you heard?
The worst is when girls used to do that to me. They're like, I'm talking to them like that. They'd be like this in the middle of our conversation. What's my name? And I'm like, and then it just, fuck, I forget, man. God damn, Andy, I forget. It's embarrassing. I wouldn't worry about that. It happens. It happens. Don't worry about that.
I was like, oh my God. He's so offended. He walked away.
I tell you what, though, that Hall of Fame, I got to give Caruso and those guys a shout out, man. Because I'll tell you this right now. We had almost 60 alumni at this event. 60 from everywhere. Big dogs everywhere. Every big dog in St. Louis was at this event for Alexander Steen. and Barrett Jackman, Kelly Chase gets an award, and Al Arbor. There were so many people there. It was one of the biggest events I've ever been to, man. I've been to all these damn things, and this was gigantic. And for these young guys in the St. Louis Blues current roster to be there, to see how we interact with each other and how friendly we are and how close and tight-knit we are, and these big events, like if I'm a young kid looking at this, I'm like, good God, this is fucking badass. I got to give all those guys a shout out because I know the Devils. I love them. I don't think they're doing shit like this, man. I don't know if there's too many other organizations that put on events like this where everybody gets together and we support each other. We got a good thing going down here in St. Louis with the alumni, just so everybody fucking knows.
Yeah, so, and I'm on the committee, Cam, and
he's on the committee. Everybody, he's on the committee.
I have not voted for you yet as a Blues Hall of Famer.
Why would you even think that way? I got work to do, you know.
I may put you and Jamie Rivers in on the same ballot, and Soupy. All right, Cam. So,
and Dwight Schofield
and Losey.
We're all getting put in together. We're all gonna get put in together.
But it was great to see TJ Oshie too, man.
Oshie, baby.
Osh.
Yeah, good call on that. Good to
We're
see
gonna have him on soon. And listen, I'm glad he's doing his thing with the television and all that.
He looks.
One of the biggest challenges for these players when they get into TV, because it's easy when you go from playing to not easy, but you know the players and you still have a lot of friends and teammates who are playing, so it's easy to find out. You can call your buddy, hey, tell me about this team, that guy, this guy, that guy. You know somebody on every team pretty much. But I think when they retire, like you have to actually prepare. You got to start watching hockey. I mean, listen, it's hard to and you know this, Cam, because you didn't pay attention before you started doing this and
radio
everything,
and
right?
stuff. Yeah, 10 years ago, I had no idea.
And now you got to watch. I mean, you even act like you watch the Cardinal games, baseball games, which
I don't put no. They know I'll watch here and there. I'll do my homework on it, but I don't act like I know what I'm talking about when it comes to Cardinals. When it comes to hockey, like if I saw it, I saw it. Like it is what it is. Like you can't watch
anything else on your list before we get out of here. Darren Pang coming up on this edition of the
Pang Dog, baby. Yeah, it was 3 shark attacks in 24 hours in Sydney, Australia.
I almost lived there.
A young kid got both legs bitten off, and his buddy. No, listen, 3 in 20 in the same area in Sydney, and this kid gets his fucking legs, and his buddies, these tough ass fucking Australian kids, jumped in the water, pulled him out, and saved his life off a cliff. They were jumping off cliffs, and he got rocked by a fucking shark, and they dragged him out and saved his life. 2 other people died. 3 shark attacks in 24 fucking hours.
2 other people that were there at the same instance?
In a 24-hour span, 2 people died, and this kid got his legs both bitten off, Andy. And his buddies jumped in while the shark was doing it and saved his life. Those are shit-kicking Aussies right there.
How old?
Don't know.
I'll have to talk to...
don't know.
Nathan Walker about that.
Doggy. Scary. Another thing. You talk about going to Russia... And you want to go to Russia, Andy, and watch some of these kids play? Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
They just had fucking 7 feet of snow in however long. Boom, just like that. 7
feet.
Did you see there's 2-story buildings in this place in Russia. The snow banks are over the buildings. And now they're worried, Andy. What do you think they're worried about now? After you get that much snow. What do you think?
They can't get food and
flooding.
All that stuff.
When it starts warming up, you have all that snow. Unprecedented amount of snow in a short period of time in Russia, and the houses are buried. Houses are buried. Scary stuff. Yeah, you want to go scout that kid. Go scout your next $200 million player. Well, you got 12 feet of snow. Boom. Hardcore, baby.
Well,
hardcore.
You know,
huge train crash in Spain too.
Where?
Oh, Jesus, Murphy. Scary stuff. Scary stuff.
So,
God
man,
dang.
I'm thinking about all y'all out there in Russia right now. Jesus.
Whew, baby. Yeah, they're used to it. They'll be okay. Those people are tougher than shit, dude.
They're
tougher than shit.
I would still make the scouting trip.
And you would. You'd be buried alive. You wouldn't know what to do. A ton of snow. It's scary, dude.
How dare you?
Man, oh man. Yeah, you ain't going now.
What does your hat say?
I don't know. Imperial?
No.
I don't know. I just found it. I look okay. Like, I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
Hey, I got to give you some fashion advice, though, real quick. Because you've been wearing these sweaters under your sport coat, like that are like full on zip, like not quarter zip,
No, they're full
full
zip.
on.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good look.
Well, I'm going to still do it.
I mean, I'm just trying to help you.
I'm still going to do it.
Well, you got to stay warm. Warm is
exactly.
the key.
Warm and comfortable. I'm still going to do it.
Every
No one
rink,
else is chirping me but you. Nobody else is chirping but you.
nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares
They're
except
not,
me.
They don't care. They don't
No,
care.
they care. They just don't care as much.
They're not going to be mean to me, and because I don't look that bad. But you'll try to find something like, yeah, you do this. No. It's not that big of a deal.
Cam,
I need to be
every
comfortable.
rink in the league is freezing cold.
Fuck yeah.
Why?
Enterprise, because it's ice. What do you mean, why? You has to be cold in the first place. You not get that? I know you have air conditioning under there. You got coolants and whatnot, but it's fucking cold. You're in an ice rink, so you expect it to be cold. Enterprise Center is freezing cold. Freezing cold, especially up in the alumni box.
I don't find well, maybe it's colder up there, and it's certainly cold at ice level too.
Dude, I
but
go up
I
there.
don't
I talked to
I
poor
don't find it
Maddie
as
Nash,
cold.
Tyson's daughter, who works for the alumni. And I
Yeah.
walk in there, all the girls are in there, they're hosting us, and they're like, I go, oh my God. They're like, we're freezing. Then it warms up after a while, but it's cold, baby.
Coats. You need a fur coat. Fur coats are back. I see a lot of women wearing fur coats nowadays.
Oh, do you?
Mm-hmm.
Does Lori want one? They're expensive.
I don't know. I
Does
kind of
she-
want to get her one.
A fur coat? They're expensive.
Spray paint all over.
I mean, I don't know. They're expensive.
How dare you wear that?
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, you'll get the PETA people to come get you. You know what I mean?
I know. All right, Chemistry Podcast is brought to you by Steeple Cam. I hate to run, but I got to get to
I know you do.
practice and then the plane. I'm off to Winnipeg today. All y'all out there in Winnipeg, hit me up, man. Let me know what's going on. And
he begs for friends when he goes places. You notice that, Maddie? Like you got nobody on your trip you can hang. You got to hang out with the locals. You need somebody to hang with.
I'm just.
Do you want me to call somebody on the staff to hang with you? What's wrong with you?
No, we got a good running mate.
Please hang out with me in Winnipeg.
I've actually had a great time on this. Every trip has been fantastic. I
hang
love
with your
traveling.
teammates.
I know I do, but I'm just saying, all the people. If there's fans of the podcast, if you guys want to say hello, just shoot me. Let me know what's going on in Winnipeg.
Andy wants something free, I think. If there's any fans out there that want to buy me dinner, is that what you want?
To buy me dinner?
You want dinner? What do you want?
We're only there for
we
one
can tweet
night.
something out.
And then I'll be in Dallas. I can't wait to get to Dallas, Cam.
I love
it's gonna
that
go
hotel.
from negative degrees to 60 degrees.
You're gonna get sick.
That's what happens.
You're gonna get sick.
But honestly, here in Edmonton, I know I went for my walk this morning and got my eyelashes frozen. And this is the first time I've ever been to Edmonton where I can actually see the street. Every time I've been here before, it's been iced over. You can't even see the streets.
Is it there?
But
How much snow's on the ground?
None.
Really?
None.
Wow.
But I haven't spent much time outside. They got that tunnel system, whatever. You just walk
They
straight
got a
to
good
the rink.
setup in Edmonton.
Oh,
you
this
can
is
walk
where
from the hotel
Cam,
in Winnipeg too, just so you know.
I've talked to the bartenders all about the bubble.
Oh,
This is where the bubble was.
I don't even want to know about it. I don't even want to think about COVID.
Do you know the Blues were the only team I think that voted no to go to the bubble?
Fuck.
They were still here for 40 days or something.
Fuck that.
I mean, I like this hotel, but could you imagine being here for 60 days?
Hell no. Scooped up. Everybody's staring at you. Put your mask on. You're killing me all. They're arresting you because your mask is a little bit down. Oh yeah. I want to erase that whole fucking couple years. Get out of here. Hopefully
What do you think of
never
when you
happens
see
again.
someone with a mask now? Don't you just assume that they're really sick? You need to be staying home.
Depends on. I could evaluate that.
Mm-hmm.
Are you an old lady? Fine. Are you a 24-year-old fucking kid wearing a mask with a hoodie and fucking hiding your face? And you're like, I'm worried about COVID. No, I'm gonna rob somebody.
Yeah.
And then anybody sees my
Chemistry
face.
Podcast brought to you by Steeple.
Fuckers.
Also, firstform.com/Chemistry. Use our link today and get it today. I've been living off these bars and meat sticks, man. They help me.
Got to bring them on the road. You got to bring them on the road.
I've got one more energy drink left too, so remind me not to leave that in the refrigerator.
You can't eat fucking room service. Your bill will be outrageous. Eat those 20-gram protein fucking sticks. Get the 20 grams of protein. Makes you horny. Eat a couple little things here and there. Tie yourself up till you get to the rink. Then you could eat at the rink and you could do stuff like that.
I know.
Save your money.
All right, firstform.com/Cam&Strick. Sparks hockey, baby. Don't let Seths ruin your weekend. Get a Sparks. It's the best investment you'll ever make.
Yeah, man.
Have your own personal skate sharpener. You never have to go to this hockey shop again and have Seth just completely
fuck you right over.
Lose your edge.
Fuck you right over.
Use the promo code Cam&Strick. It's going to save you more money than Black Friday and
Cyber Monday. Seth.
Get a
Psycho.
Sparks. What a psychopath.
Psycho.
Stay away from him.
He's doing weird things. What he's
like
doing.
what?
Well, your wife's underwear drawer open. Wonder what that's all about.
It wasn't when I left the house.
Just telling you.
Sparks
My underwear
hockey,
is
baby.
missing. What's going on?
Sparks hockey, baby. Use that promo code Cam&Strick.
Yeah.
Blue Note Roofing, 314-920-5713. Call David Novak today.
Son of a
This guy's
bitch.
the best in the business. Deals with all the big insurance companies too, Cam. So
Does it all,
get that
dude.
free estimate and have your insurance company pay for it. Get that new
Of
roof.
course.
Gutters,
Fascia.
siding, soffit, fascia.
All of it. Working his ass off. Freezing his ass
Blue
off
Note
in St. Louis. Woo,
Roofing.
doggy. Don't give a fuck. He works his fucking ass off. Loves the blues. Loves hockey. Good old boy. God dang, Davey. Love you, homie. God dang. Let's go.
I never got the thing, dude. Oh, here it is.
I bet you did. Yeah, Maddie, look at Maddie.
Maddie
See, me and Maddie
said-
have the best eye contact possible. Anytime you fucking say something stupid, he looks at me and I know it's stupid because I know it is, and then Maddie agrees with me.
Okay. Cam, how the dogs doing?
They're cold.
They're
The
orange.
puppies are
is
cold.
what they
They're
are.
orange and they're cold. They're indoor doggies. They're not winter doggies at all. My daddy's dog sleeps outside right now. My two little princesses are like, I can't even go potty. I got to take them out.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
They're puking all over the house.
She did the other day. Fuck.
Luna.
God,
Puke
Lulu
everywhere.
doo-doo. God, why do you do that? And she looks at me like, I'm sorry, Daddy. I love you. I'm
Hey,
so
allergies in dogs are a real thing. They flare up when bad bacteria take over the gut because 90% of your dog's immune system lives in the gut.
Yeah.
I'm teaching you things, dude.
I
Just
know.
like humans. Dogs need like probiotics like humans do. or
Yes,
good
they do.
bacteria to strengthen their gut and health and calm an overactive immune system. That's why I use Better Wild Allergy Relief Soft Chews.
They love it.
Blay is
They
just
love it.
filled with energy right now.
They love it.
Blay's
Blake,
cruising around the neighborhood.
He
Blay
don't give a
runs the
fuck.
neighborhood right now.
Blake don't give a fuck. He's thick. He's a thick boy. He's got that
Yes.
thick old hair, boy.
So these are designed to support your pet's allergy defense system by strengthening their digestion. The first and only chews with ancestral advantage wolf probiotics derived from your dog's mighty ancestor, the wolf. Are you kidding me?
No, they're not kidding you.
I love that.
Well, yeah.
So
Keep your
my
dogs
dog
healthy.
my dog was like itching and like biting itself and he's itching himself all the time.
Licking his private areas too much.
But
There's
dude,
stings.
not now.
You know what I mean? They're
I
like,
give him-
bleh, bleh, bleh. You're like, whoa, stop.
I give him these chews and it's like everything's gone away, dude. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
No, they work.
Right now,
That's
Better
why.
Wild is offering our listeners up to 40% off your order. That's a big discount.
Shit, yeah. Fire percent.
BetterWild.com/Cam, which is embarrassing, I know.
Cam, CAM.
BetterWild.com/Cam, up to 40% off your order. BetterWild.com/Cam. Check it out. Order today. You're going to save 40%. All right, Darren Pang, he makes his Cam&Strick debut, and he does it now on the Cam&Strick podcast, baby.
The Cam&Strick podcast is brought to you by First Form, baby. Use our link and do it today. www.firstform.com/Cam&Strick.
Get jacked now. They are the real deal.
Get that protein, check out the apparel, eat those bars, and drink those energy drinks. Firstform.com/Cam&Strick.
Yeah.
Now on to the interview.
Where you at right now?
I'm in Atlanta. I did TNT last night. Do TNT tonight, and then head back to Chi tomorrow.
Do you ever get sick of traveling?
Yeah. Well, they travel you first class and car service to your room, to your everywhere. And then, hang on a second. No, thanks.
Do you have a roommate?
You got a roommate?
Is that Eddie O?
Yeah.
You got somebody on the cot?
I told Henrik Lundqvist last night I was going to snuggle up with him.
I would.
Just so his good looks will like rub off on you or something?
Yeah, for sure. Maybe other things.
What a beautiful man. Sometimes I look at these beautiful and I'm like, God
Yeah.
dang.
Yeah. Some are
You
blessed,
got it
Cam.
good. You
Yeah.
got it good.
I don't know
Son
how
of a
that
bitch.
happens.
I don't know.
Is he like, does everything he do, is it just
he
perfect?
He do or he does.
Like when
What
he's
kind of grammar
ordering,
is that?
when he's, is everything he, does everything he,
Jeez.
everything, well, that wouldn't make sense to say, does everything he does? No.
Yeah.
Does everything he do, is it perfect? When he's ordering dinner, when he's just talking, is it
Yes.
in the most articulate way possible?
Yes. Yes. He's a perfect human being.
There it is.
Although Gretzky's pretty perfect too, though. I love his breakdowns. He's
Yeah.
an unbelievable analyst. Did you
He's-
always listen?
I
You've
think
known him
he's-
for a long time. Did you know
he's the
he'd be
best
great
analyst.
at television? He's like the best analyst going.
Yeah, because he's a great storyteller and he remembers everything. So he kind of analyzes in a storytelling way. He's kind of like an artist, like Springsteen's a folk writer that ends up singing songs. That's the way Wayne talks. He talks like that, and then all of a sudden it's now translated on TV because of the environment. It wouldn't work on ESPN. It wouldn't work. He works here. That's why it's perfect. Like he sets the tone. He speaks slow. He tells his stories, and everybody listens. It's
When
great.
he chirps Biz, when they
Oh,
go
it's
back,
the
it's
best.
hilarious.
Yeah.
But
Hey,
even
Biz is going to be between the benches tonight in Buffalo.
That's what I saw. He's got his own bus up there
Yeah, they've
with
got
his face on it.
Yeah, oh yeah. Wait till you see this shit show tonight. Yeah,
Wait
it's
a
gonna be
minute.
something.
Is it like the Madden bus? He's got his own bus, like
Yes.
a touring bus.
Yeah, they wrapped it up into a TNT. Biz takes on Buffalo, and it's going to be good because we're giving them tonight. We're giving them showing video of them all the ways I'm between the benches, and I've caught a stick, I caught a puck,
Yeah.
and then so we're gonna have some fun with them. It's gonna be
But
good.
Panger, I feel like, listen, when you first broke into broadcasting, I always felt like ESPN was kind of loose back then. Like I was younger,
Yeah.
but it was
Yeah.
you guys had fun. NHL Tonight, Barry Melrose, everybody's laughing, having
Yeah.
a good time.
Big time.
Then it got stale. It got really serious for
Yeah.
a little while, right? Are we getting back to
it
now
went to
getting loose
NBC, it went
again?
to NBC for that long period of time, and there's no other competition. So they kind of ran it. I like it when there's competition. Like at ESPN, we had just for a short time we had the glow puck went against us, but that was only on Saturdays or Sundays. So we were the full time, provider, I guess. But we had always had two different teams. But we had that Barry Melrose and the NHL Tonight. It was fun. You're right. It was fun, and the Deuce, made it different.
The Deuce.
Yeah. So that's when I started in 1993. I don't think you were born yet.
I was
Andy's like 50 years old, but he looks like he's 25. It's really
Yeah,
weird.
it's
He
a
doesn't
really
even
I'm not
nice
50.
actually.
We
I'm not
really don't
50.
even know how old he is. He
No.
never tells me.
No.
But he doesn't age.
Panger, you don't age either.
You don't age either, man. You look the same too. God dang.
No, when you're bald, you're bald. I mean, how are you going to change?
When
If you
did
had
you-
a lot of hair and it turned gray, then you go, oh man, that guy looks old. He's gray.
It's the
Panger,
HGH.
I'm going to have to shave my head too eventually here. It's getting bad. My
Is it?
cul-de-sac is god awful. And I know I hear people chirping in the back. I do. When did you say I got to shave this? I got to shave my head. I'm just curious.
I was I saw a movie. It was a Moonlight. What's the guy's name? Anyway, he shaved his head, and I was probably in the minors. I thought I shaved it in like when I was 23 or 24, but then I looked back and I still had I had some hair. I just tightened it up a little bit.
So was it going out in high school? Like
Oh
when
yeah,
you were-
yeah. I was receding in junior. Yeah, I was
Me
receding.
too.
Yeah, Mary Lemieux made a funny remark because we played against each other in the Memorial Cup, and later on we knew each other. Well, we know each other, and we were playing golf together. And he was having some fun at my expense, and he said, yeah, we all met each other before the Memorial Cup, and when you got off the bus, and all the four teams kind of said hello, he said to his coach or whatever, he goes, "You got to check that guy's ID. I'm not sure if he's young enough to be in the Memorial Cup."
Such a dick
So I
thing
was
to say.
losing it right then. Like I was 19. I guess I must have turned 20 my final year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because
but
I've got a February birthday. Yeah.
I don't feel
But
like you're supposed to have hair, though.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
you
you're
look like,
right.
even if you had a full head of hair, I would say
exactly
you need
right.
to shave it
Yeah.
because you look like you're not supposed to have hair. It's a
Yes.
great look for you. It looks
Yes.
better with you
perfect.
than without hair.
It's
Yeah.
perfect. My grandfather was bald, and so he'd be embarrassed if I did anything else.
Me too.
Hey,
Yeah, both
I
of
got to
us.
ask you one more thing about Gretzky, though, because you know some people who, in the public eye, they're like the most perfect individuals. You know who they are. But like behind the scenes, they're killing everybody and they're just crushing her. They have very opinionated. Does Gretzky have opinions behind? Is he that nice away from the camera too, or will he give you an opinion if you ask for it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's got great opinions, well thought out. Doesn't just kind of fly off the seat of his pants. He thinks of things. He asks you questions. But oh yeah, for sure, he's got his own opinions. Yeah, but he's just not like bold. You know, he's not like a know-it-all ever.
Yeah.
Like he's never the smartest guy in the room. That's what I love about Wayne. He just is. Honestly, that's who he is. He's fun-loving. He loves to jab guys. For sure, he loves to jab guys. All great players do. You've been around them all. Chopper, Prongs. I've been around Stevie Y my whole life. Joe Sakic's one of the great diggers of all time. Marty Brodeur. I mean, they don't give you an inch. You know, they'll just get you right back, and it's fun. But the good news is you can give it right back to them.
Yeah.
So
and he laughs. I like when people
oh
laugh.
yeah,
You know what I
me
mean? At
too.
your jokes.
If you can make Wayne laugh, then you've hit it out of the park.
Damn
that's
right.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
But he will. When he gives his opinion, he just does it in the very the most respectful way possible. You know, so
Well,
he doesn't ever cross
he's
the
ambassador.
line. You know?
He's ambassador of everything.
Yeah.
So he represents. You know, it does represent the league. He does whatever he says is going to mean something. So, so I think he's not careful. That's just the way he thinks. He processes it very, very quickly, and that's why he never really gets himself in trouble.
Can Biz do whatever he wants? Like when you guys are in your production meetings, does he just say, "Hey, I'm going to do this"? Whether you
No,
like,
I'm
he,
gonna
doesn't,
take my
he
shirt.
doesn't really. He flies off the seat of his pants. Yeah, like that in the Winter Classic. Yeah, like he's an instinctive individual. You know, he's what we were in junior hockey and in the minors and out with the boys and goofing around. That's just him. Like he's and I'll tell you this about Biz, and you guys have met him before, but he's a very respectful person. Like he really is. Like he's amazed at some of the things that broadcasters do or you guys do. Like he would know things. The only thing he doesn't know, and Gretz is trying to get him to better at this, he doesn't know the history of the game very well. So Gretz is like, here, read this book, you know about this, read about that. So it's kind of funny sometimes because Gretz will sit there on the panel and say something. And he'll look at Biz like, seriously? You know, and that's great. It kind of keeps Biz on his toes.
It's part of his charm, though. You know what I mean? And I think him being wild like that and kind of getting away, he's kind of like Charles Barkley in a way where, you know, he's going to toe it to the line and everybody's going to laugh. And there'll be some people that might chirp a little bit, but the overwhelming majority
Oh,
of
he
people,
goes way over the line more than Charles, though.
You think so?
He has said some things on the air. I've had to tell him, I said, hey, Biz, listen, my grandkids are now, like, I got 6 and 5 and they're starting to watch the show. Like, you can't say that anymore. He's looked at me like, what? I'm like, no. I don't want my grandkids saying something that you just said on the air.
Oh, yeah.
So, but you know what? That's Biz though. Like, I mean, he's I don't know. You know, Charles Barkley is he is one of the most genuinely great human beings that you'll ever find. Like what he does, you know, for people that nobody knows about, and just little thing, how he tips, how he does things, and how he treats people. But he's also a Hall of Famer. You know, like he can speak about somebody in Louisiana and nobody bats an eye. He can talk about a senator, and he's very well educated in those areas, and his opinion, he can just say it. And everybody's like, oh, he said that. Well, he can say that because you know what? He's Charles Barkley. He will say that. Exactly. And that's what I love about the guy. He doesn't let anybody influence what he's going to say and how he's going to say it. And somehow he's smart enough to never get canceled, which is, you know, the charm of Charles.
And he likes
Great
hockey.
Guy.
Yeah. He likes hockey.
Loves hockey. I'd like to put him in the net. Let's fire some biscuits at him.
The league won't cancel Biz though either. I don't think they'll cancel him either.
No, he's and you know, if he's got so many things going on in his life that does he need to go to Atlanta for every Wednesday? You know, no. I think with Pink Whitney and with everything he's doing, I don't think he needs it. I think that's the strength that he has right now because he doesn't need it. But no, I think but the NHL we're a better league with him. This is just my opinion. I think we're a better league and an entertaining league, with him in it.
No,
And
I'm
he's a
with
better
you.
analyst than people think.
No,
No
I agree.
doubt.
You know, so,
Hey, so the other day, so the Blues Hall of Fame was here. Like, do you ever get
Yeah.
like, because I know, listen, you've moved on and you're doing a great job with Chicago and doing all the TNT stuff, but you had such a unbelievable run here. They won here. You formed some unbelievable lifelong relationships with Alexander
Yeah.
Steen, who went in, Barrett Jackman, who went in, Kelly Chase, who obviously got the True Blue Award. Do you get a little bit of FOMO when you're not here for an event like that?
absolutely. There's no question about that. I try to catch every clip that was there. I really wanted to be there. It's just that this year is crazy with the scheduling, and it's just hard to get out of things, And I know in life it's like just put a pause button on it and just go there and be there. But for Steiner, I was there for 14 years, as you guys well know, and to be able to jump into the city of St. Louis and not be a former player for the St. Louis Blues was maybe I'm not sure if it was my best accomplishment, but I think it was, that's something that you kind of, you don't take for granted how great the city is. So, Steiner, the person, quality, Jack's I think Jack still belongs to Meadowbrook. So our lockers are side by each, and got to see him so many times and just love the guy. Both of them scored goals that John Kelly and I, had some really unbelievable moments and calls right there in St. Louis. There was nothing like a big goal, because while I was there, the Blues were a really good team. I mean, Cam, you came on board and you added such an element. And I remember the one time you got in a scrap and that place was going nuts. And I'm like, he's got the biggest balls of Eureka.
I remember that. What's up?
It just came out, and it was like fans just, they love that part of it. But the fact that the team, the organization, the city was trying to get over this hump.
Yes.
We saw all these teams get over the hump. We saw, Chicago get over the hump, and you saw, and then they win 3, and then the LA Kings come in, and we had some of the greatest battles and some of the greatest games, including that Steiner. I don't know why he went behind the net and stripped the puck from Jonathan Quick. I still have no idea. I think the words I used were he inexplicably went behind the net on a PK of a 3 versus a 5. Like, what made him do that?
Here's why he did it. He told a story the other day, Panger. You'll like this
Nice.
story, because this is how smart he is. Because he said that the power play guys for LA, they were on the ice for an extended period of time. Steiner was off the ice. Somebody came and changed, and the puck went behind the net. And he said, "You know what? I've got fresh legs. They're tired. I'm going to go for it right now." And knowing that he had the legs that were fresh enough to get back, if he did get beat, he felt like he could still get back and be in position to defend a PK. And
yeah, but I thought my word inexplicably was really good at the time, because I don't know why it came out of my mouth.
Yeah, it didn't make sense. Yeah, exactly.
you know, but like, why would somebody do that? And then Jack scored from the point, and in another huge, that was just a huge game. And I think Jack's turned around. I remember there was somebody on YouTube, whatever was going on, and he gave it one of those, and just the moments of the city just rallying and so galvanized and so believing, and so that to me was the most incredible part of broadcasting in St. Louis, because it was always like, can we do it? When are we going to do it? It was almost like when I first got there, it was like they were going to not get there. You know what I mean? There was always that feeling. I remember coming in and doing pregame shows and everything, and I've known Timmy Paps and Phil for so long, but even on the pregame show, it was like, hey, we're only doing the Blues all the time. Like, I remember going, we got to know more about the other teams. We got to do more of a national game, because if we're going to be a team that wins a championship, we can't just be focused on the Blues. We have to be respectful of the other team. And we have to be even keeled, because it's not always going to work. And so I really kind of wanted to have that part of it. And I talked to John Davidson a lot about that. And it's like, okay, we got to even keel this team out and this city out, expectations when they win are just so sky high. And if they lose, they just drop to the very bottom.
Yeah.
So I think you could feel it. I mean, you could just feel the team and the culture and the winning environment. I mean, the only thing I regret, not me, because I have no say in it, I just wish Jax was on that team.
Yeah.
I mean, he deserved to be on that team. he still had legs to him in one capacity or another, you know. So that part of it, because there's such a great group of guys. I mean, Osh obviously went and won in 18, so that was great. That's kind of fulfilling, you know. Hey, Osh went and won, but there's so many great guys that went through the pains that you saw every day, and they lived and breathed it, and then they end up winning. So glad to be a part of that. I look at that ring all the time.
So last night, you know, Oshie did the game on ESPN.
I saw that. Yeah.
And
And
I
they
was
gave him
doing
a great ovation, didn't they?
Hell yeah.
Oh,
That's
unbelievable!
blue
Especially the women.
celebration. But I went down to do something with Chaser during the second intermission, so I didn't get to pay a lot of attention to the third period. I went back and watched it this morning. I texted Mike Caruso. I thought he's really good. He's just like calm demeanor, but like has the experience of playing for a long time, and just kind of says the right thing without using too many words. I was
think
really
he's
impressed with
outstanding.
him. Yeah.
I actually, being in the studio and being beside Mark Messier at first can be a little intimidating, but you're also very new at it. It'll take some time for him to establish that rapport of, you know, giving it back to Mess. You know, when you know somebody for a long time, like I've known Mark for a long time, or Wayne for a long time, well, guess what? TJ Oshie knows a million players that are current and past, and there's going to come a time where he's going to be sitting beside EJ. He's going to be sitting beside guys that he knows. It just takes some time. I just remember how I was early on, and full of respect to the guy beside you. You hardly said anything. So, but I noticed when Osh was in the game for the first time, I was like, he's brilliant. Well, first of all, he's astute. He's bright. He's good looking. And he's got some, you know, he's got some character about him. So, and then I listened to EJ between the benches, and I'm like, oh boy, like he's outstanding too. So that's really great. But I think the best part for Osh to be there between those benches that I was down there for 14 years is just you're there with the fans. And you feel like you can just touch everybody, and because it's open to the blue side, that was beneficial too to him. You know, even though a lot of those players are gone, but he still has that tie-in. So, yeah, great to see him. Awesome.
You know, he said the
I'm going to
hardest.
see him. Actually, I'm going to see him in Palm Springs.
Oh, nice.
In February for a pro rival golf
Oh,
event.
a little golf trip, baby.
He's a great
What's up?
golfer
Yeah.
too.
Yep.
The hardest thing
Attaboy.
for some of these former players is because I've asked is the prep. Like they didn't watch a ton of hockey all the time when they were playing, and now you got to go watch a lot of hockey, and you got to do some prep work. So it's a little easier now when you're fresh out of the game because you still know all the players.
Yeah.
But I think that becomes the challenge, right? Just in terms of just paying attention to everything and following it every single day.
Look how easy it was for Tony Romo right off the hop. And I remember talking to my son-in-law, and everybody was raving about it. And I'm like, yeah, but he just. I remember when I was only 26 when I, you know, retired because of my knee from the Blackhawks, and I was in the locker room doing interviews with the guys that were my teammates, you know, for 2 years prior. Like, you know everything. There's nothing. I mean, if you're sharp and you listen, you should be a really great analyst right out of the gate. And so it's just about the longevity of it. It's staying relevant later on. It's staying relevant when all your buddies are gone. But for Osh and for EJ or for any other young analyst, like, yes, watching games, getting the names right, very important. You know, just okay. How do I say his name? How do I say his name? And then because you can't go in there not knowing the guy's name. You know, he's number 49. He's the right-hand shot. Is, you know, so you got to go in there and do your homework that way. But I think the other part is he like, let's say with Osh. So in how long will it be before his teammates are going to be coaches?
Yeah.
And then they're going to be, you know, scouts, presidents, vice presidents, GMs. And that's kind of where I was. Like when I started, all the guys that I was with, John Davidson was, and I still believe he's the best analyst that's ever been in hockey. All his buddies were the coaches. They were the GMs. They were one phone call away, and he's got all the information he wants. And for me, it was all players. I bypassed coaches. I didn't want to talk to a coach. I can't tell you how many coaches would, you know, I don't think upset, but I didn't give them the respect because I left the game not respecting my coach, which was Mike Keenan at the time. So I left the game a little sour about that part of the game. So I'd never go talk to the coach, meet with the coaches only. No chance. I went right into that locker room. And that's what Oshie's going to do for a long period of time. He's going to go right to the locker room. He's going to go right to the guys that he played with. He's going to sit down with them, and you're going to huddle up, and you're going to, get as much as you can there, and then hopefully use that for the game. And then, so now he's got Steiner's going to be the general manager. Troy Brower is they were traded for one another, but he's a scout. Jax is, that's the fun part of the whole game, is knowing that at the last second you can make a phone call and say, hey, I'm in a bit of a bind. I traveled, I'm late. Can you give me a heads up on what's going on with your team? And you just bullet points and you write them down, and you're like, okay, got it, without throwing anybody under the bus. Yeah. So it's an art, as you guys well know. It's an art.
I saw a clip of John Kelly got popped up when Herb Brooks confronted him.
Oh, that was something. Yeah.
That
was in Pittsburgh, I think.
It was.
Oh my God. And
Matthew Barnaby.
He's like, what? He's like, I don't need to leave. Like, he stood his ground. Like, has that ever happened to you where maybe you said, this is about Matthew Barnaby too. Like, who gives a shit? Like, Barney doesn't even care. But like, has any coach ever come up to you and said, hey, you were wrong on this. We need to talk?
Oh God. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think you're not doing your job if that hasn't happened in your life. Like, you can't sugarcoat everything. You got to have an opinion. Like, that's why you're an analyst. But in my heydays of ESPN and ABC, we were, doing playoff games. I can't tell you how many times the late Pierre Lacroix, the general manager of the Colorado Avalanche. I mean, he really did, like, he's emotional. He's a fun-loving French Canadian, and when they're into something, they're in your face. And I had a couple of general managers that had to kind of come in and say, hey, is everything okay here? And at one point, we actually, the NHL actually recorded something. It happened to be in our booth, and they actually saw it, the way he came up to me, and it was kind of funny sometimes, because it was the big rivalry. I mean, it was the Red Wings and it was the Avalanche. It was always the same rivalry, and it was always the same matchup. And when I showed up, it was like, Darren Pang, yeah, that was your buddy Stevie Y doing. It was always that. And he'd just say things like, is Joe Sakic not even playing tonight? Probably because it's all Stevie Y. Like, you just would get me. Like, whether I'm in an elevator or somewhere, it was like, Pierre, come on, knock it off, man. I go back and watch every game. There's no chance that I'm one-sided on that. But I was playing golf with Joe Sakic last year, and this is very funny. And one of the first things he says to me was, he jabbing me about the series between Colorado and Detroit, and asking how my buddy Stevie Y was. And they're all best friends. I mean, so it's fun now. I'll tell you one situation that was, I never got rattled, Cam, when somebody like did something, but I walked into Maple Leaf Gardens. I said something completely stupid. I was doing radio in Chicago as well when I was first starting out on WBBM News Radio 78.
Great
and it's a
station.
50,000 watt blowtorch, like KMOX. And I was doing a show with Brian Davis. We did the pregame show, between periods, postgame show, and I did all kinds of things. I did Hotline. I did a coach's show. So I was all over the map, just doing it, whatever I could do. And he got suspended for 8 games for sucker punching Ulf Samuelsson. So I got smart ass on the on the air, and I called him Ty Dummy or something like that. It was like, Ty Dummy. I mean, he's tougher than that. Why would he sucker punch Ulf Samuelsson? Why wouldn't he just drop the mitts and fight him? It's kind of what I thought. And back then, I think that was an honorable thing for me to say. Like, I can't believe he sucker punched him. Like, he doesn't have to sucker punch anybody. So anyway, so I say it. Well, sure enough, like, how do I know that he's got relatives listening to the show and told him? Like, I don't know. Sure enough, I walked into that locker room, and I remember being in the middle, and that Maple Leaf Gardens locker room was very small, and I felt this stick in the back of my spine, and it was a poke. It was like, oh. I turned around, and Ty Domi is giving it to me right in the middle of the room. I said, let's go sit down, Ty. Let's go sit down. Let's get away from the middle of the room. Let's sit down. We sat down, and he goes, I can't believe what you said, and my relatives told me that, and you thought I should get more than 8 games. And so I went through the whole thing, and I told him I did. I thought you should get more than 8 games, because I thought you should. Why would you sucker punch? No matter what Ulf Samuelsson did, you're tougher than that. And I thought it was a gutless thing to do it. Now we're having a conversation. We laughed it, and me and I no issue. Just, I thought we're funny at the time, and I learned my lesson about what's funny and what's not funny. And so, yeah, so that I mean, I'd like to know if there's a broadcaster that's been there as long as I'm on my 36th year, going on my 37th year, that hasn't had an issue for sure. No question.
I get you. And that was dirty by Ty. We love Ty Domi, man. Don't get me wrong. But he did suck a punch all Samuelson right in front of the net. Oh, my God. With that left, just dropped it real quick and smoked him. Oh, yeah.
It was a beauty.
God almighty.
I've had that happen once or twice.
I did elbow Andy one time in a alumni skate. It is what it is. He's still concussed, and it's fine.
Babcock got mad.
I just remember Bobby Plager just drilled you in that alumni game.
The
That
funniest.
was before I joined the Blues, by the way, when I played in that alumni game.
You were mic'd up.
I was
playing goalie.
I made a hell of an effort. I was having a few beers with Gretzky. I got a limo pick me up and go play the game.
Best thing ever.
Yeah.
Those games are the best.
You know what's funny about television though? Now it's like everything's loosened up. Even a year ago, like people, like the bosses would be like, "You can't have a notebook on the table," you know. And it's like, yeah, I see Pat McAfee like literally standing on top of tables and
no shirt on.
Biz like going crazy, and it's just like, I just wonder, like, are we? Yeah, you got to have fun, right? I mean, the old rules that apply. Listen, some fundamental rules for broadcasting, I would imagine, would never go away, but. Don't you think we're past some of that maybe existed over the years, that now it's just kind of like some of those rules that maybe existed before are kind of out the window?
Yeah, I think there's a certain amount of respect that you have to have, but I think that, I mean, no, I don't know, when someone would tell me I've got a phone here, it's like or let me see what else. I get it if you're sitting there and there's a cup that's not a sponsor. Like you got cups in front of you because they're sponsors.
Yes.
So that should be there. Like I just think that if it's a real mess, I get that. We'll get on with the games, and Phil Malik is a great director, and he'll be like, okay, cord over your shoulder. Wait, and turn off the TV over there. There's a coffee thing over there, and we're in the middle of working. Like, I actually don't want my jacket on right now. Like we're going to the second period or whatever. I take off my jacket and I stand up sometimes but some are different. Like when I was at TSN, TSN in Canada, I probably did that show for on and off for probably 12 playoff seasons and Wednesday hockey while I was doing other things in the NHL. And Bob McKenzie was the master. I mean, he had his BlackBerry phone right there. I mean, if he didn't have his BlackBerry phone sitting right there and it was going, like if I said something stupid, his phone would buzz and he'd look at me and go, "Uh-oh, we got a problem," But they didn't tell him, "Hey, don't have that phone there." That was information. That's a source of information for him while he's doing the game. And then I worked for Sportsnet. For I think it was 3 years Wednesday night hockey when they did that deal, and it was a smaller scale desk. It was differently run. Every show is different. ESPN studio show is different than TNT studio show. The TNT set is huge, and I think that's what makes it really fun. Like last night, where I was getting bored out of my tree, man. Cam, you've chased squirrels before. I know your attention sometimes.
Oh yeah.
And that was me last night. I don't know if you saw it on social media, but I found a stick. I found a ball, and I just wanted to play a little bit. I was like, I'm bored out of my tree. I got to move around a little bit. But in some set, you can't do that. It's just too small, and you feel like you're congested and you're over top of one another, and that doesn't feel comfortable to me. I like the bigger set. I like when you've got a lot of room and space and a lot of cameras where you don't have to go, I got 12 seconds to make a point, and then you go back. It's like, man, that's a hard way to do it, especially if you're new into broadcasting and you forget what you're going to say, and then all of a sudden the single camera's on you and you stutter a little bit. You're like, oh, geez, now I can't get out of it. So I like when a camera can find you and the conversation and let you go, and that's why I've really enjoyed TNT. Whenever I get to do the studio, I really enjoy it.
Yeah, speaking of TSN, listen, because Cam's seeing a lot of things right now that maybe he didn't see over the years, like the John Kelly, Herb Brooks.
I see everything.
He got so upset about how Pierre McGuire corrected you one time during a trade deadline show. I'm like, you never saw that?
I remember it, but I had to refresh. I'm going through all your shit, and I saw that, and I'm like, I would have been pissed too. And I like him. We've had him on. Pierre, man, he's been grinding it for a long time too.
Yep.
He's in the game. But is that an unwritten rule? Like, don't correct me if it's like a center, a right. Okay, he played center last game.
I think you were. That's a Panger move, though. He's like, He's
You
always got
played-
his, you got your notes in your notebook. You're like, I just did the game like 2 nights ago. No, he was playing
played it
whatever,
awesome.
right winger, center, or whatever it was.
Yeah, I remember that. But I mean, honestly, some guys they can say things one way, like Wayne wouldn't say it that way.
Mm-hmm.
So, and sometimes when somebody says something, you're kind of like, you know what? No, actually, no, you're wrong. I mean, I'm doing the game. I'm sitting there. I did the game the night before, and he's a centerman. Or somebody says he's a left winger. I'm like, actually, no, he's a right winger. He's a left-hand shot. He plays the right side. He always plays the right side. And those are the things I know. You could ask me probably. I'd be very close. I'd be 99% close if you had asked me what hand a player shot in the NHL.
Yeah, you've always been good at that.
Yeah, it'd be pretty color. Tape, I could do today. There's just the things that goaltender, the curve of the stick, the make of the stick, the tape, and the color. So when someone says that to me, I'm kind of like, okay, I better go back on this. I'm pretty sure he's a left winger, right winger.
Yeah, goalies.
And if you
good at
traded
that.
for a guy, let's say you traded for a guy, and we're at the trade deadline, and you traded for a guy, and you're selling him as a left winger. Well, the team didn't trade him for left winger. They need him as a centerman, or they need him as a right winger. Because I always was like, whenever somebody would ask me about a player, I'd be like, hey, remember, like Patrick Kane is a left shot. He plays right side. So if you're going to go trade for, hypothetically, Vladdy Tarasenko, he's a lefty. He likes to play the right side, or whatever it might be.
Mm-hmm.
Like now you got two of the same guys that like to go to the right side. So that's, I don't know. I think that's easy part of the game is just watching it, see where guys are comfortable.
Why are so many goalies such good analysts?
Yeah.
Like Jake Allen's another guy, by the way. I love talking about shooters, and he knows the shooters around the league too. He knows.
See him on Sportsnet a couple playoffs ago.
Yeah, it's great.
He was excellent. Yeah, because we're the smartest.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
You see the play. You see
tough
everything.
tough guys, and goalies are the smartest people out there.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's Chaser. There you go.
And he was a power
Chaser,
forward.
but Chaser was a great analyst. Chaser
right.
saw things that, like I couldn't see. I'd listen to Chaser. We'd sit on that plane. I think 9 or 10 years we were together on that plane. And I'd be like, okay, well, like you saw that. I didn't see that. But then I'd say something, and we learned an awful lot about one another. But the biggest thing I learned from Chaser, because there were some long trips where he liked to get on YouTube, and we went over his fights. And I know one thing, Cam, and if you don't know this, the first, the second, the third's an uppercut.
Yeah.
Always. It was always, boom, boom, and then bang. Those little mitts of his hands are small.
Not very big, yeah.
But that one that came underneath, I'm like, here it comes. I mentioned it to somebody the other night. I was, we were talking about fights, and it was an experienced guy. And I said, yeah, I learned something from Chaser. And he goes, the uppercut? And I go, oh, yeah, I guess everybody knew that. But
He does have small hands. And if you say it to him, he's like, but they're sharp as knives.
Yeah, they're sharp as knives. Yeah.
They'll cut you right open. Hey, remember those plane rides, though? Chaser, he'd be on the back of the plane with us playing cards.
Yeah.
Stealing my money. Yelling at me.
He'd come back with me and he goes, looks like the ATM machine's got to get back there and collect some money. And he'd come back and he's like, those guys can't play cards.
And he wouldn't blue light me either, that dick. Oh, it's funny, man.
One time I set it up. I was like trying to have fun because I was watching these fights, and I set it up, and I had I had some saves. It was about 40 seconds worth of saves. And I'm like, after 10 seconds, he checked out on me already. I'm like, hey, there's 5 more saves.
God,
he's like, this isn't interesting.
He's
God,
funny,
I love that guy.
Yeah.
When I first got to St. Louis, and you guys know, I think I was getting ready for it was a Blackhawk game, and it was like, oh boy, this is kind of a big test here, to see where the fans are, with me and because the ratings in St. Louis are always so good, so people are paying attention and listening. If I said a street name wrong, if I said Spoady Road instead of Spady, oh my God, my phone lit up, and Caruso's corrected me, and so. But I remember the one time I didn't listen to local radio a lot because I listen to tunes. I like my own music and go to the rink and listen to Springsteen or whatever might get me jacked up, and I'm like, okay. So I happened to be listening to something, and some fan was giving it to me. I mean, like, how can we hire a guy that played for the Blackhawks? And I was kind of like, oh, geez, yeah, I was expecting it, at certain points, and I remember thinking, people read these forums and all this. I don't even know where to find these things, Now it'd be like social media online, and you can find it rather quick if they don't like you. And Chaser, next thing you know, I hear Chaser's voice. He was listening. He calls into the show and he gives it to this guy. Now I'm listening. I'm driving down 40, and I'm like, wow, like Chaser just came to my defense like a teammate. And I could see the uppercut on the third, the comments, and he just put that guy right in his seat. And that was it. It was like, wow, that's Chaser. That was unreal.
Who was chirping you? Bernie Miklas?
No, it wasn't a host, was it?
No,
it
wasn't. It was it was a caller.
Oh,
it was a
okay.
call-in. Yeah, it was a call-in.
yeah.
And no, those guys were really respectful.
Yeah.
I'm sure at first, when John Davidson brought me over and we played golf, and actually Chaser was with me playing golf. Chaser, Caruso, John Kelly, myself, I'm pretty sure, played in a fivesome. My dad too was there, and they kept asking questions about this bankruptcy in Arizona, and would you come to St. Louis? JD said, and I said, geez, JD, I'm not even leaving here yet. Like, I don't know they're in bankruptcy. Like, we don't even know any information. So JD called me again, and he just talked to me a little bit, and then the summer came, and maybe after the season, and he said that. He said, would you consider coming to St. Louis? I said, JD, I can't come to St. Louis. And he said, why not? And I played for the Blackhawks. They hate each other. I'm like, Chicago, St. Louis? Like, I played in those playoff series. And he said, don't kid yourself, Panger. You weren't that effing good anyway. The way he said it was funny. And I'm not sure if he used the F word because he doesn't swear very often. But it was one of those things that it kind of hit me right in the forehead. And he goes, you're a broadcaster. Everybody loves you. You're going to win them over. That's what he said. And if it doesn't work out, we'll agree that it didn't work out. But give it a try. And that's how it happened right there. And that was Chaser. Chaser was there for the whole ride. And Bernie Federico was an incredible gentleman for that entire procedure to say, hey, you're welcomed in here, and you're here. And that was an amazing thing. Real gentleman,
Yeah, so classy.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, what do you know about Connor Bedard that maybe you didn't know even a year ago? I feel like this season it's been such a transition for him where he's just exploded as a superstar and kind of met the expectations that were laid out for him. I mean, just crazy expectations for any young kid. But just getting to know him even away from the rink, I mean, what do you notice from him this season?
I think that's just it, Andy. It's as a person. I think he's just the maturity, the being in the league for 2 previous years. I think going to the Canadian orientation camp for the Olympics, they didn't go on the ice, but he endeared himself to everybody. I talked to John Cooper about him, and he said I didn't know what to expect. He went to the World Championships the year before. This year he wanted to work on some things with his game instead of playing. He'd been playing he's just been over hockeyed, I think.
Yeah.
And so then he went into camp and he says he was great. He was endearing himself to everybody. He was around everybody. He was like exceptional. And the boys loved him. And then he comes into training camp, and, I walked into the room. I remember Troy Murray and I walked into the room, and like right away, it was like, hey guys, how you doing? It was like, hey Connor, how's summer? Like, oh, great. And, Troy and I sat down, and then, the next day it was like something else. It was just, his eyes were wide open, and not that it wasn't before, but I think he was very respectful of just how much to say, how much to be out there. The media was always with him, and he, had his head down like every young player, like Sidney did, like every great player was like that. And now he's just, I don't know, just a great personality, great person. I recently took him to Club Champion. He asked me if I could help him with golf clubs because now he's really got the bug. And so I said, well, what are you using right now? He said, I'm using my dad's clubs. I'm like, you're using your dad's clubs? He says, yeah, they're a little older. And I hit a little bit of I spray them to the right. I said, well, the shafts are wrong and everything's wrong. I said, well, I'll get us out there. So we went to Club Champion in River North in Chicago, where I go quite a bit and tweak my clubs. And 3.5 hours on a Monday, we worked on, I don't know how many how many irons, how many shafts, driver, wedges, putter, you name it. 3 hours and 20 minutes. Connor hit another 6-iron. Connor hit another 6-iron.
Oh,
The
yeah.
kid was a machine. So we get it all done. And just to give you an idea of what he's all about, and he probably, I'm not sure if he would like this at all, because he's really a discreet guy, but I just want to let you know how special it was. He, as a thank you, did some research. Like, everybody knows I like bourbon, so maybe it wasn't much research, but he asked the coaches and he asked some people, and he said, "Hey, will you come out to my car?" He says, "I got something for you." He hands me this beautiful bottle of bourbon, a nice gift certificate to Gibson's, which is a great steak place right there in downtown. And he just said, I just want to say thanks. Like, for people, I think it's important for them to know that he's really thoughtful person. He's good with his teammates. He works his tail off in practice, and he's just a highly skilled guy. And what he did in this off season, I asked him, I said, "Those boots are lighter." "No, they're the same boots." I'm like, I like your crossovers and your straight ahead speed, and the coaching staff and the younger players. Like, you got Oliver Moore. We started it with Sam Renzel. You've got, Ryan Green, Vlasic and Crevier, and the list goes on with younger players. It's his team. It's his team. And Patty Maroon helped last year. Alec Martinez helped last year. Before that, other guys had helped out, but now it's the handoff, and it's important to hand it off, and it's the right time to hand it off. And so he's taken it by storm. What a great player. Oh my God.
He's not getting hit as much either.
No,
like he'd get caught, his head would be down, and I feel like I don't see those highlights as much, because they're posting it anytime anything happens to him. It's all over social media.
His edge work, now he's stopping on a dime and giving you 5 cents change. Like it's like, and change the direction, and it's there. And so he's not just a shooter, he's a passer. And I think, and he doesn't, first couple of years, I think the importance of the lines in the ice, the gray area inside your blue line, that has to go out. You can't go east-west. Getting into the zone and dangling just inside the zone when it's a 1-1 hockey game. All the winning hockey aspects is what Jeff Blashill has really encouraged him with. But another thing is that Mike Vellucci came over from the Pittsburgh Penguins, 5 years with Sidney Crosby. So what do they show him? They can show him how Sidney Crosby dumped the puck in and got it back.
Yeah.
Oh, great hockey players know, they have great hockey sense. They don't need to be told too many times. Dumping it in to lose the puck isn't the goal of Sidney Crosby. Dumping it in to get the puck back, and that's the goal. And so there's just so many different aspects of his game that he's improved on, and I could go on and on, but I've just really enjoyed it. I said, I am so looking forward to being the 17 years. It's probably going to keep me young, as a broadcaster, knowing that, I've got this great group of young players, but also Connor. I mean, he's just going to be a phenomenal player for a long period of time.
The prince of the NHL right there.
Yes.
Hey, in previous Olympics, was the schedule as condensed as it is right now? Did it feel as busy?
I don't remember it. No, I don't. I don't. I mean, I did. What Olympics did I do? 1998 in Nagano. That's a long time ago. First time NHL players played. I don't know. I don't remember it being that condensed. I certainly don't remember getting. Well, it was. Yeah, I guess it was 3 weeks. I was there working, so I guess I didn't get a break. And then 2002 in Salt Lake, I went, and I didn't. No, I didn't think it was that. You know what? I should be very fair about that. I was working for ESPN. I wasn't working for a team in '98.
Got it.
So let me let me correct myself here. I was, doing a couple of games a week versus a heavy schedule of 80 games a year and doing national and local games. So maybe I'm not the right person to ask about that, because it didn't seem like it was congested then, but now I realized why.
What about the rinks? Were they done? How were the locker rooms? Did they have door handles? Like Panger, you saw the video.
I did.
You saw the video. It's not good. It's not good.
It should have been done. It should have been done a long time ago.
It should have.
Come on.
It should have been done 6 months ago, 8 months ago, a year ago. Like, I agree with Gary Bettman. I mean, these are our owner's players. This is Tom Stillman's players. This is, we're talking about, whether me with the Blackhawks with Danny Wirtz, we saw, like, you can't take it for chance. Like, this is a big risk. Just John Tavares tearing his ACL. I think that was 2010. Like, things are going to happen on the ice, but they can't happen because of poor build or
Mhm.
lack of structure or lack of good ice. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. So all those things, we all hope that it's going to be an unbelievable
I know.
Olympics. But I agree with you. Nagano it's funny going into Nagano. Like you're flying to Tokyo, and that previous October, the late great Dave Strader and I were asked by ESPN to go into Tokyo and do the first 2 regular season games outside North America. So it was the Vancouver Canucks, Messier just signed, and the Anaheim Ducks. And Paul Correa, who was a holdout and didn't go to Tokyo, by the way.
Oh.
But anyway, so we get there to Tokyo, and it was amazing. We played 2 games in a pool. By the end of the second game, they somehow made an ice surface in a pool area. And by the end of it, with about 7 minutes to go, a pipe had broke. Blue stains were going on the ice. The referees were trying to keep things going. The players were not dumping the puck on that side.
Oh,
and I'm like, oh my God, we're selling the game, but this is a tough one here. And then I got the call to join CBS, and John Davidson, I think Sean McDonough was our play-by-play guy. And we went to Nagano. Everything was ready. The bullet train was just accomplished. We made it from Tokyo to Nagano in a bullet train, and it was ready, and it was really, really good. Great ambiance. I mean, the Japanese hockey fans were so excited. It was like the Beatles getting ready for a concert. Oh, it was unreal. The first time they saw Wayne Gretzky, I swear to God, it was shrieking and it was unbelievable.
It was like Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
It was you know what it was? It was a Taylor Swift or anybody like that. It was a great experience. I mean, one of my most memorable broadcasting experience was being there in Nagano.
Would you have the same fulfillment if you weren't working with a team and just doing national? Like, do you love working with a team and having that connection to a team? Yeah,
I do. I do. You saw me in St. Louis. Like I love that. I love the connections. I love the relationships. I love the winning and losing. I like getting on a bus when they lose. Honestly, it reminds you about losing. Everybody thinks it's all fun and games, and I'm a fun and games guy. You know that. I mean, you both have been with me. I mean, but when you get on a bus or you walk through a room, winning's easy. Losing's what gets your attention, and the feeling of losing is still the same. So for people out there that think that, oh well, they're playing here, they're making $9 million, everything's all good. No, it's not that way. It's serious business. Nobody likes losing. And so as a broadcaster, I like that too. And so, but again, there's another thing, because I've just seen 3 teams go through Chicago that are having their mentors trip. They used to be called fathers and mothers trips, but they've changed it because of death in the family, or fathers or mothers can't make it. But that was really exciting for me. I still run into dads to this day. And when Carter Hutton and his dad are in Toronto and they're sitting in the stands watching the game and I'm doing a game, they send me videos and pictures of he and his dad, because we had so much fun with the dads. We had so much fun at the bars. I remember telling Steiner and the guys, like, hey, send me all the dad's number. We'll get them at the bar, and there's Chaser and I or whoever it might be. And we hang out with them and Curbs and hang out with them at the bar. And to this day, those relationships are really important relationships, because it reminds you as a broadcaster that there's family with that player. And there's aunts, there's uncles, there's sisters, there's brothers.
Yep.
So when you're going at a player and you got to, and you want to get a little critical, that's great. You criticize hockey, but I like to, if I'm going to criticize a play, I like to somehow come back with 2 or 3 good plays.
Yeah.
Kind of the way I coach minor hockey with the kids. Like, hey, Cam, get your head out of here. We got to go here. Let's go. And then if you turn that puck over again, you're going to sit on the end of the bench. And then the next great play was like, what a great play, Cam.
Yeah.
Cam, that was a great play. Way to go. Like, I think that's just kind of balancing it out, and everybody at the end of the day can feel good about it. But then you've got to talk to the dads afterwards. And you're like, I remember talking to one dad, I can't remember who it was. And he was asking about his son turning the puck over. Oh my goodness.
I could probably guess. I just don't want to throw anybody under the bus.
Yeah. Anyway, he was a defenseman, and he asked me what the issue was and why does he only play 12 minutes? And I said, I tell you what, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to explain on the air by talking to you. When I say on the air, he's got to live to fight another day. That's code word. And he goes, and the dad didn't grow up with hockey. His son's a good player, and it's Vince Dunn. Okay, so I'll just throw it out there.
Great kid.
So, great kid. And remember, he'd play a lot when we were down in the game, because he had an attack ability, but when the close game, he didn't play a lot, and his dad was asking these questions. Fair question. And he'd say, well, okay, what's that? And I said, well, there's a time in the game to not beat two guys. There's a time in the game not to pass the puck through the middle of the ice. And there's a time in the game the glass is your friend, and flipping it out's a good play. Live to fight another day. And the more he does that in tight games, the more he'll be on the ice in tight situations. But he's got to get the trust of the coaches. That conversation was a great conversation with his dad for 3 years.
Wow.
And, and so there's moments where somebody asks you a question, you got to be honest with them. Like, hey, your son's a great player. I can't believe the coaches don't have him on the ice. No, you got to think of what you're going to say, and then hopefully they understand it, and you can teach them along the way. And then, I love going up to parents going, oh man, what a play your son made. 2 minutes left in the game and he blocked that shot. That's unbelievable. And they get all fired up,
Yep.
They
That's
get
all
all
it takes,
excited.
man. That's all it takes.
I know.
And
it
doesn't take much.
No
Yep.
different than a quarterback is throwing the ball out of bounds. If it's not there, don't force
Don't
it.
force
But
the issue.
don't throw the interception and turn it over.
Look
But
at you and your football
Oh,
acumen.
he was a football player, Panger.
Oh,
Hey.
boy.
5'4",
What high school did you
120
go to?
pounds.
Parkway North, baby.
Parkway
Oh,
North.
what high school did you go to, Cam?
Cam didn't go to high school.
He's lucky I didn't play him in football, I'll tell you that.
Cam went
Hey.
to the University of Windsor High School.
Damn
Yeah.
right, baby.
Hey,
Riverside.
I don't want to bring it down, but I do want to ask you about it because you brought it up. Like the dads, you get to know all these dads, and like Jaden Schwartz, unbelievable guy.
Yeah.
Joel Edmondson, unbelievable guy. And
Yeah.
that's where the human element comes into play, right?
That's
You
for
get
sure.
to know these people, and you become friends with them, and you get to know their parents. I've got the best picture of my wife, Brad Hall, and Jaden Schwartz's dad flipping off the camera because Hawley kept flipping off the camera when people were taking pictures with him during the playoffs, and his dad started doing it too. And I feel for those guys, man,
Yeah.
that they had to go through that,
Well, for sure. I mean, the first time I saw Joel Edmondson, it was just a big hug,
Mm-hmm.
right? Schwartzy, special.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I get it. I didn't know. I got to ask you, though, Panger. The other day, Benner and Joe Hofer had a little situation.
In our game on TNT.
Has
Yeah.
that ever happened to
Well,
you?
explain what's going on the bench there.
On the bench, yeah.
Well, number one, the peeking out, I can't believe our director, our cameraman, right across the way, I can't believe he found him there. I had to look a couple of times. It's the dark hallway, and he peeked out. That was 3 minutes or so afterwards.
Yes.
It made it look like later on, and everybody's putting it out there, but it made it look like it was right then. Like I'm trying to find my goalie, and he's trying to hide from me, but it wasn't. He did finally get dressed. He did finally have his mask on, and then he did finally look like. I hope by now they don't need. Like I hope I'm not going in. I'll just say this, and I did the game, and I was trying to explain the bench. Number one, the goalies aren't on the bench. You can get them on the bench. The benches are the same size. The Hawks have their backup goalie on the bench. The visiting team chooses not to have their goalie on the bench. There's room.
Every visiting team does
why?
that pretty much, or just
Every visiting team, because after that game, I'd ask, and they don't sit in the locker room alone.
Mhm.
They basically take off half their gear and they sit in the video room across the hallway. To watch the game with the video coaches.
which is
maybe they can help
very
out.
close to the bench, right?
No,
No, it's on the
not.
other side.
Oh, it's on the other side.
Yeah.
You got to go through the locker room.
Yes.
So there's a hallway, first of all. Then there's a walkway. Then you got the locker room. Then you walk across the
I gotcha.
hallway,
Yeah.
at the United Center.
I know.
And then there's the coach's office. So, and you can imagine there's 7 minutes to go. And like, unless somebody told them at 10 minutes to go, get yourself ready, you don't just slide on the gear and you got your mask on and you're ready to go. So at 7 minutes and 3 seconds, Monty decides like, where is he? I see Steve Ott. Breaker 1-9, breaker
Yeah.
1-9, where's the goalie? And then they get a video coach and now he's got a point. If I'm Joel
Yeah.
and he's a good teammate, I'm taking my time. I'm taking my time. First of all, it's embarrassing that with 7 minutes to go in a game that he's out. If anything, he should have been out earlier in the game.
Yeah.
Maybe goal number 3. Maybe when it hit the crossbar right after goal 2 or 3.
Murphy's
Okay.
goal, whatever.
That's a decision that wasn't made at that time. Now you got this decision with 7 minutes to go. Listen, I wouldn't have left the net if I was the goalie. And
Yeah.
I personally, so I'm allowed to talk about it because I personally did not leave the net, and Eddie Belfour was right beside me. And I personally was like, go back to the bench. And Keenan was like, you're out. Like, it was just a 30-second confrontation that we both had. I did not want to leave the net, you know? So I see it, you know? And for Joel, I was just thinking, boy, he's being a good teammate because he's not going out there for him. It's not because he doesn't want to go out. It's because 7-3. It's 7 minutes to go. We've had this battle before. Let's just finish the game.
Yeah.
Seriously. Or let's think of this. Call a timeout.
And
He
listen,
didn't use the time. Listen, these coaches, things happen.
Yeah.
The game got away from him. I get it. But to simplify things, have control of it, call a timeout, bring Binner over. Binner, I'm thinking of changing you. Binner says, Monty, just let me finish the game. You know, and maybe Monty goes, no. Maybe Monty goes, okay, Binner. Now Monty's in full control of it. Everything looks good.
Yeah.
It just didn't come off very well, as they all know, and that's why, you know, that's part of learning. That's part of experience.
Exactly.
And I will, like, I don't want to speak too far out of turn, just in terms of giving some context and protecting the coaches a little bit. I think they did radio down to Joel, like, if there's another goal scored, we're going to make a change. So I think they expected him to be ready, and he wasn't for whatever reason. But it is, I agree with you. At that point in the game, I mean, with 7 minutes left, you're not, in a game that's that out of hand, I think you just anticipate the change being made, but much sooner. But
You got pulled with a minute against the
28.
a minute 28 left.
A minute? No, in the first period.
Oh, in the first period.
Because
That's even worse.
You scored on him, Keenan pulled him with a minute 20.
Did you
We're
go back
in
in
Pittsburgh.
after that? Because he would
No,
pull you and then
no.
put you back in, right? Sometimes.
Well, minute 20, they face off. Mario came in on a breakaway, set play off the face off. Bang. He goes 5-hole. He goes boom, boom, boom. And then, minute, whatever it was, maybe 50 seconds later, 40 seconds later, face off. Coffee goes, gets the puck down the right side, comes in. It's kind of I looked at it again. I'm like, at the time, I'm blaming Keenan for it. I'm like, that was a bad goal against. He snuck it between my legs. Now it's 2-0. And it was like, I'm out of the game. I remember going to the bar afterwards with Danny Quinn's a good buddy of mine and still is to this day. And he was playing for the Penguins. And me, him, I think Mario, a whole bunch of guys, our team, their team, Troy Murray was with me. And we all went out to a bar all that night. And all the boys were like, you tired? You going to be okay? Minute 28. Minute 28, you lasted in this one. I remember Brasso being there, and I'm like, don't say a word. Don't say a word.
Shut up.
Yeah, it was painful. But he pulled me off. I mean, I got pulled in the third period of a 4-3 game and then put back in and taken out and put back in. I mean, but again, there's an art to pulling a goalie. There just is. And there's sometimes where the goalie, Vinny wasn't on his game.
Yeah.
You know, but I said during the game, it wasn't like anybody was blocking any shots either. Like I get it, the pucks were going through, but there was no real great intent to do anything to box them out, and he couldn't find them. So there's a lot of things that just didn't go right in that game for certainly for Binner. And then you've got the situation, yes, there's a magnifying glass on there. He is one of Team Canada's goalies, and I'm sure. For everybody there with Team Canada, it's like that's a selection of ours right there. Let's not. I don't know. You're not thinking at that time, but
I know what you mean.
No, I know exactly what you're
I know
saying.
what you
Who do you like in the Olympics? I mean, are the Canadians just a clear front runner for you, or
no?
Does the
not at all.
goaltending with USA make it a little more even? You got Sweden, who's got an unbelievable roster too, incredible roster.
I think if we're just focused on Canada and the US, I think we're wrong. Pesky Finns. They got some battle to them. The Czechias, they got some battle to them. They saw their game in the in the World Junior. Obviously the Swedes. I mean, that's it right there. I mean, the USA. I think are legitimate favorites, and I think it goes right to their goaltending. I just looking at Jeremy Swayman last night. Like if I were to pick a goaltender for the USA right now, I would go Jeremy Swayman.
Really? See, I love that you said that because. Everyone's it's like a two-headed monster for every analyst. They only say Hellebuck or Ottinger, and no one even brings up Swayman. But this guy's been playing unbelievable, and he's been incredible in the past.
And he played, like he's got something going. He played great in the World Championships. That's the first gold medal in 93 years. started the year off well. They give up a lot of chances. I think they're top 5 in high end every chance against. And he's holding down the fort. I think he's athletic. I think he's a battler. I think he's calm. I think he can sprinkle in an unbelievable save when the game to turn the tide of a game.
Mhm.
So I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Jake Ottinger, and obviously I love Connor as well. But it's almost like Team Canada right now. Are you going to hand the ball to Connor Hellebuck in hopes that the game gets formulated real fast? Do you hand it to him and then in the process knowing that there's somebody else there? Or do you hand it to somebody else and say, if he goes with it, that's our guy? Same thing with Team Canada. I'm sure they've got some decisions. Is it going to be Logan Thompson starts and Benny next? Or is it Benny first and say, hey, here you go, buddy. You just won the 4 Nations. We're going to give you the ball. And if we have any question marks, then we know we can go to somebody else and go quickly. You can't take your time in this tournament in the Olympics. You can't. I mean, for every bad goal sucks the momentum and life out of you. It's hard to get it back. And you certainly can't fall behind by a couple of goals and think we'll just rally back here in this hockey game. It's just very, very tough to do so. Now, fortunately for Canada, they do have electrifying players that have the ability to do that. But when the pressure's on and the other team's defending, like they'll do it whatever it takes to stop you. Whatever it takes. Yep. So
you okay with Connor being left off Canada's roster? I mean, he's going to represent his country in plenty of tournaments moving forward, but okay. So
I mean, number one, I think he put himself right on the map.
Yes.
Whereas before the season started, I don't believe he wasn't near the map.
No.
And so that's a credit to him and how he played. It's also a credit, 5-on-5, he was a minus player by a large margin. Not managing the game in shifts as well in his first 2 years, trying to do so many things because the team was on the bottom and couldn't score. And now he's a +8, +10, 5-on-5. He goes up against the McDavids. He goes up against Nate McKinnon's, and he ends games in a winning fashion. He's been a plus player against the best players. So I love what Jeff Blashill said post decision making by Hockey Canada, and he said that you have to watch him closely. He plays winning hockey.
He did.
And like if he cheated in year 1 and cheated a little bit in year 2 to get points, he's not doing that now. So. There's an opening for him. I loved his answers, to be honest with you. If anybody didn't see his answers and talk about, I didn't accomplish what I set out to, then that's up to me. I've got to look in the mirror and be better at certain, like the kid is mature beyond his years. I wasn't sure how his reaction was going to be, but no, he's handled it beautifully. And you know what? At the end of the day, he might just be on Team Canada.
Yeah, exactly.
And he might score the game-winning goal. I mean, who the heck knows? Like that's the biggest thing. So
well, I keep saying the rosters that were announced will not be the rosters that end up going to Italy. I mean, there's too many injuries that are taking place, and I thought Sam Bennett
Point's one of them right now.
Sam Bennett's his answers were incredible too.
I
mean, the way these guys handled it, because you just never know when that phone's going to ring again.
No, exactly right. And these guys have so much respect for everybody else in the league too. And that's what I love about our game of hockey. It's respect. Connor has great respect for the guys chosen. And if Connor Bedard, isn't going to fill a top 6, you're not bringing him in for the bottom 6.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And he doesn't kill penalties. Sam Bennett does. Tom Wilson does. Maybe Horkoff's good on the face-off dot. I'm not Horkoff, sorry. My mistake. Bo Horvat is going to. Geez, I added Horkoff to the team. How do you like that? He hasn't played in a long time.
No, he hasn't.
His kid's pretty good though.
Yeah, very good. Will is very good. But now Braden Point, you don't know what's going to happen there. Sam Bennett would be, I'm sure, fill that up. Now, if Connor McDavid, Sydney, McKinnon, well, then now you go to the next level of guys that would be replacements, and Connor for sure would be right in that mix. Yeah. No doubt about that.
What a luxury.
I can't wait. No shit.
Connor Bedard sitting in the wings, in case you
waiting.
Hey, all right, before we let you go, how's the transition been to Chicago? You love being back there.
Yeah.
And, listen, you're going to have some St. Louis people listening right now. It was hard for them to see you leave. I mean, just to your point earlier in our conversation about the fact that, you didn't know how it would go being a former Blackhawk, and you just, found yourself a part of the community so quickly. So I think it surprised a lot of people that you left. I don't think people were ever thinking that you were going to leave because you were such a part of the community. So how difficult was that to leave? And then what's it been like being back in Chicago?
Well, you really have no idea what, how this how this it doesn't grate at you, but it's like an ulcer. Like every day went by and it was like a growing ulcer. It was very, very stressful. When I found out middle of March that the Blues had allowed a team in the NHL, which I didn't know at the time, have permission to speak with me, I was like, it's only March. Like I got a full month of the season to go. So when I heard that from my agent, I was shocked. And so then I'm like, when that happens, that someone's coming out making an offer and someone's, wanting you with them. And so I was, at that time, my agent said, do you want to know who it is? And I said, no, I don't want to know who it is. And so
we do. We want to know.
As it turns out, I was having a couple of drinks with Troy Murray because he was working with the Blackhawks and doing the radio. And so I would always meet out with him. And I said, hey, Muzz, I said, you're not going to believe this, but a team's asked permission to talk to me. And he was kind of sly about it. And he said, imagine if it was the Blackhawks and we were together again. And I was like, the Blackhawks? Yeah. And I'm like, he goes, do you know who it is? I go, no, I don't want to know who it is. And so that's how it kind of started. So, to say that this was a decision that just got made overnight is completely false. I mean, it takes a long time to go through everything. The knowledge of a team knowing and then making an offer. And then you have to take that offer back to at that point, not Fox Sports Midwest. What were they?
Bally's, FanDuel.
And then basically say, well, there's kind of a deadline. Like, here's what we have. Like, I've got an offer right here. And then I've got the late owner of the Chicago Blackhawks, Rocky Wirtz, that I've known since 1985, calling me and asking me to come back to Chicago and coming full circle. And this is where you started. And this is where we want you to end. And we've lost Eddie Olchuk. We really want you here. And it was a want thing. And it was it was a great honor to have Rocky Wirtz on the phone with me, not just once, but a number of times. And then I'd say to him, Rocky, you got grandkids? And he'd say, yes. And I said, they live close to you? He said, yes. And I said, I got grandkids in St. Louis. They live close to me. I got a country club there in Meadowbrook. They're close to me. Like, my life has been 14 years of being great there. And so as it turns out, these conversations just, kind of go on. And then Vancouver Canucks actually made an offer for me to do 35 games. And so it's like, whoa, now it's like, this is great for negotiation, but I really wasn't into the negotiation part. It wasn't a money thing. And then next thing you know, this offer comes back again from the Blackhawks, and it is a very, very serious offer. And it was one of those offers where you go, wow, Rocky, like I'm really honored, like you really want me there. And so then you take that one and you show it, again, and then you don't hear back. I didn't hear back and it wasn't the St. Louis Blues. It was the TV side. And I didn't hear back I think we gave 9 days. And on day 8, we called them and said, hey, it's day 8, like day 8. So we just said, I'm leaving. I'm going to Chicago and joining the Blackhawks. And then it was about, oh boy, that was about telling people and, telling my family, telling my sister just moved to St. Louis, the fans of St. Louis, the friends of St. Louis. So very not easy. If anybody thinks these things are easy, they're sadly mistaken. Sadly mistaken. But now I'm there, and I'm so thankful that that the Wirtzes and Danny Wirtz, I've known him since he was 10, and now he's he's the owner of the team. When he was 10, Rocky called me in Wheaton, Illinois, on a home phone. Answered the phone, hang on, I said, hello, Rocky, you got and it's like, I got a son that loves you. He wants to be a goalie. Can you teach him? And that's how that started. And I'm just honored, and it's great being back with Danny. And also I played for the Blackhawks. Like, everybody knows that. Like, I would love to play for the Blues. I didn't play for the Blues, but I still felt like part of the alumni and still felt like part of the fabric for sure. And I always will feel that way. But I tell stories about the Blackhawks, and they're actually stories about me playing. Me getting pulled a minute and 28 into a game, and me getting hit in the forehead by Russ Cordnell, or being teammates of Savvy and Larms and all these guys that are friends of mine. So you know the comfortability of that. So I'm thankful, and I'll end it there. I hope, and then walk off in the sunset. And as Rocky Wirtz said to me, you come full circle, son. You started as a player. You started your broadcast career here. You've known our family for 4 generations, and you're going to end here. And so really great. Very lucky guy. Very lucky.
It's a good story, man.
Extremely lucky to be in St. Louis for that long amount of time, and to be part of that. You never know when the next time is that a Stanley Cup comes your way. So those memories of being at OB Clark's, of being at being in the parade, being on stage, and seeing the thousands of people that were out there, that's never be forgotten.
Are you living downtown real quick? Are you downtown
I am.
Chicago? Yeah,
Right downtown.
You're right, damn. Good for you.
Lynn and I bought a place down there. We're 4 hours from the lake house in Michigan, and we're you know what? One of the first steak places I ever went to from training camp, and I couldn't afford it, was it was Gene and Giorgetti's.
Yes.
It's a classic from the 40s. I mean, if those walls could talk. And so John Kelly's late father, Dan, that was his spot. He always went to Gene and Giorgetti's. Big red glass of wine and a big pound of meat. Anyway, it's a block from my place. And the bartender, Goody, hey, Goody, I'm coming over. I got this, I mean, it's really fun. I forgot how busy the city was, but I forgot how great the restaurants are and the diversity of it all. And I'm only 10 minutes or so from the rink in River North to the stadium, so it's been really good.
Perfect, man.
Gibson's has an Italian place now too, right?
Yes, they do, right by me. That's right on River North. It's we're on this side of the river. It's on that side of the river, but it faces the river. It's just great. Yeah.
Right in the heat of the mix, man. Good for you.
It's great.
Hanger, you're the man. We appreciate you coming on, dude.
Yeah.
We'll see
my
you
pleasure.
around. We'll see you
Keep up
around.
the great work, you guys. Okay.
All right, buddy.
We got it.
All right, Panger. See you, dude.
Peace.
Thanks, Panger.
We'll be
Guys.
watching.
Take
We'll
care.
be watching.
Yep.
That was Panger.
The Pang Dog. The Pang Dog. I had to ask him about. I know we've probably asked him about Pierre Maguire thing, but we like Pierre. But fuck, watching that video, and if I was on the panel and he kept doing that to me, I think I would lose my mind. It's like, no, he's a left winger. No, he's a centerman. I saw him play 2 days ago. Two nights ago. 2 nights ago. He's been playing center for the past 3 months. No, he's not.
He's a winger.
I watch. I'm like, God, that could have gone sideways a little bit more, but Panger held his own and just kind of corrected him a little bit. But that was a little uncomfortable. It happens, man. It happens. You're on live. You're with each other all the time. But don't one up each other. You don't want, right? Me and you do it because there's humor in that. But that wasn't humorous. That was more like, ooh, there's a little bit more to it, I feel like. I don't know. I love it, though.
I do, too.
Jesus Christ. That's what happens, man.
So we thank Darren Pang for joining us on this edition of the Chemistry Podcast.
He's got a good gig right now.
Lots more to come, dude. We're going to have some great shows coming up in the month of February, too, with the Olympic break and everything else that's going on. So we appreciate everybody's support, man, as always.
We love all you guys, man. We
Chemistry
do.
Podcast.
We love you.
Stiefel. We wouldn't be here without Stiefel, our title sponsor. We love it.
Damn right.
Love our friends over there at Stiefel. Firstform.com/Camistrick. Nick and Christy.
Oh, keep reading.
My wife sent him a little gift, a little pair of baby Uggs.
Oh, yeah. Just keep reading. We want you to read.
What'd you get Kate for her birthday?
What?
Firstform.com/Camistrick.
I got her the gift of not having to work and living a lovely life.
Come on, that doesn't do it.
No, we went out to eat.
Yeah, you went for breakfast at the steakhouse.
Yeah, I know.
Did you get a steak for breakfast?
No, I got a country fried. I got 20 oysters, and I go like this. I go blah, 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 blah. Then I got chili. Then I got another Bloody Mary. Then I got chicken fried steak with white gravy. Oh, goddamn. Then Kate got
Another Bloody Mary.
then another Bloody Mary, and then a Guinness, and then a something else, and then a charcuterie board.
Oh, nice.
Yes, that we took home and watched football with.
Sparks hockey, baby. Cam, what's the benefit of Sparks? Tell the people.
Well, your kid's going to have an edge. And if he doesn't have an edge, he's going to blow a tire and bust his fucking AC joint out. And the scouts in the stands are going to be like, I thought this fucking kid was good. Like, no, he sucks. Look, he's falling down all over the place. Well, no, he doesn't suck, but he looks like he sucks because his skates suck. Because Seth did him, and he cross-grinded him
That's
like
terrible.
a jackass. And he stole your fucking credit card number.
Oh, my God.
I'm just saying.
Sparks hockey. Use the promo code Cam. It's going to save you more money than Black Friday.
Cyber Monday.
Cyber Monday. Get the Sparks skate shop. Just set it up in your office, set it up in the basement, the garage, wherever you want it, dude.
Easy, dude. Press a button.
Take it to the rink and just set it up outside the dressing room
Get out of here.
when you're out of town for a tournament. You
Easy.
kidding me? Bluedo Roofing, David Novak, 314-920-5713. Tell them we
David
gutters,
Boy.
soffit, fascia,
Fascia.
siding, roofing.
Roof.
Best in the business. Dude. He'll talk business with you all day long. All right, Cam. Listen, I hope you enjoyed it. My microphone worked great.
Look
We
good.
could have
You
gone
did
a little
good.
bit longer. We're
It's
a little
okay.
bit short today. I
It's okay.
apologize to everybody. Anything else on your list we didn't get to real quick?
Sabres. Marner back in Toronto. Taves back in Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
Anderson trade.
Yeah. Rasmus Anderson
How
going
many
to
picks
Vegas.
are gone from Vegas? Does Vegas have any draft picks ever?
They don't care.
They don't give a fuck. You know why?
But
They
all-
want to win.
Yeah, and all these people out there and saying like, that their team should do the same thing that Vegas does. You don't have the advantage of being in Vegas.
Exactly. People
So
wanna
all
actually
the
go
big
there.
dogs,
Mhm.
they just steer their trade and their signing to Vegas.
Yes.
Vegas wants great players, and great players want Vegas. It's a match made in
Do you
heaven,
think?
man.
Do you think these players have Vegas on their top 10 or their 11 no trade?
no
list?
trade.
Are you out of your fuck mind?
I know.
Get on with yourself.
So big shout out. He doesn't have the contract extension, but he should help them. I like that White Cloud, by the way. He
So
was a
do
good player
I.
for them.
Big tough kid.
Yeah.
Big old Viking boy. You're damn
Yeah.
right. He's not bad,
I know.
but you got to do what you got to do. You know.
Yeah.
Just-
Okay, so next week we'll be in studio. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
As
All right.
always, man.
Good job today. Seriously.
Hey, thank you.
I'll chirp
Chemistry
you.
Podcast.
You know.
Brought to you by Stiefel, baby.
Damn right. We'll see you
Have
guys.
a great
Love all
day,
you.
everybody.
Love all you guys.
Subscribe and comment.
Yes. Comment.
Yeah.
Love you guys. See you, dudes.
All right. Adios.
Bye.
Yerk! Let's go! Cam's a shit kicker, 2 bombs in the lead. Soul dragon cougars, no time for fatigue. And he's a shit talker, stirring up the show. Never played a shift, but he's ready to go. My check for check, here comes show.